deadly weapon.
And it shouldn't be a crime either.
Join the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation in the fight to modernize outdated HIV criminalization laws. Go to etaf.org. HIV is not a crime. Campaign funded through the support of Gilead Sciences Incorporated.
Listen up, parents, teachers, counselors, coaches. Your boys just turned 18, but they need one more push. Don't let them forget to register with the Selective Service System. It's required by law, and it can open up the door to many federal benefits. Visit sss.gov.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com. WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
6 seconds to go from the 35-yard line of Miami. Chambliss waiting in the gun, takes the snap, drops back, fades to his left, looking downfield, throwing for the end zone. It is knocked down, incomplete, and the ball game's over. The Miami Hurricanes are headed back to the championship game, and they'll have a chance to win it at their home stadium. Miami 31, Ole Miss 27, a final from the desert in Glendale, Arizona.
It's the Adam Gold Show. What is up? I am him. Victoria's here.
It's a Friday.
It is, in fact. I'm exhausted. I worked 5 days this week.
I was going to say, this is the first full week for a lot of people, so.
5 days this week, plus because there was a game Sunday night. Yeah, no sleep.
It's almost like that is a 6-day work week for you.
I had Saturday,
and then you
too.
have to work tomorrow, right?
I do.
Yeah. So there you go. Starting the year off.
Somebody asked me, we're on YouTube, by the way. You can see how tired I am. I haven't even remembered to take off my my readers. Age. Somebody asked me, so go to YouTube and search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. Watch the show because, come on, the expressions are fun too.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you get to see how much of a mess I make. I got all sorts of things going on back here. I try to keep it relatively sane in front of me. Somebody asked me last week, if I got any, rest or whatever during the break, because we were off. We didn't have a live show. Our last live show was December 19th.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we were back here on January 2nd.
Yes.
So we had 9 consecutive no-show days.
Yes, for this show.
Mm-hmm. Right? There were other things going on, but we were I did not do a show for 9 straight weekdays.
Yeah.
But in that span, there were 8 hockey games.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer was, I worked. What'd you do during your break? I worked.
Right.
I thought you were off. Yes, I know, but I worked.
It's the same. We didn't have a show here, but I was across the hall on
exactly.
music. So
Exactly. It's just, whatever.
Yeah.
It is. If I wasn't doing this, I might have just been on the couch.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I tell some of our guests before they come on the show and they ask how the break was. I will say I've at least had more consecutive days off than usual. So that was achieved.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why my sleep schedule was all messed up.
So, the break is not devoting mental energy to, this is a full day, right? This show, when we do it, you never stop preparing and thinking and all that. So to shut your brain off for this for 2 weeks almost, that matters.
Yeah.
So I'm not. By the way, I'm not complaining.
No.
What I do, oh my gosh, it's better than working. So I used to say it all the time. I don't have any Mondays. Mondays are the fun days.
Yeah.
There's always a lot of stuff to talk about. Anyway, But today is Friday. It's not even a Monday, and it's still fun because we had 2 games last night.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch. I mean, I sort of monitored Miami, Ole Miss throughout.
I watched right at the end,
and I
right
watched
when it mattered.
Like I wrapped up the podcast last night after the Canes win over the Ducks, and I watched like the last 7 minutes of the Miami Ole Miss game, where I was able to watch it and focus on it, and I'm like, is this game going to end?
Right.
I was convinced that Ole Miss was going to score.
Oh, yeah. I thought for a second that, man, they're going to get in field goal range and tie this up.
And, well, no, they couldn't field goal.
If they didn't score the touchdown at the end, I was thinking like, oh, this is prime to go into overtime when it was 24-27.
And I credit Miami with not settling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Credit them for not settling because a lot of coaches would have simply accepted a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Would have like, that's fine. Let's take our chances in overtime. A lot of coaches would have done that. So I credit Miami for, first of all, they didn't have to go for it any 4th downs. They picked up their 3rd downs. Did I see this correctly? Because again, I wasn't dialed in to every play during the game. Was Ole Miss really 0 for 10 on 3rd down during the game?
Apparently so.
Like, they did not gain a yard.
Yeah.
On 3rd, what?
That almost seems more difficult than gaining a yard.
Like, not even, 3rd and 8, pick up 6. None of that?
Nope.
Stunning. Anyway, good for Miami for making it into the college football national championship game. We'll find out who they play tonight, Oregon and Indiana. My favorite part of all of this, and we are going to start here in a second, my favorite part of all of this is the college football world dunking on the Southeastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
I've got thoughts on what all of it means, and we're going to get to it. I feel a little dirty enjoying everybody dunking on the SEC. I do, because I'm not going to dunk on the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
It's because all of the things that I will say are things that I have said before. So this is not, and I think the SEC has basically gotten what it's deserved. Not I'm talking about the results, but in terms of benefit of the doubt and all that, I think for the most part, they have gotten what they deserve because they are the best league. But I'm not above enjoying everybody dunking on Greg Sankey's league. I am not. Because there has been an arrogance about everything they do. It's justified.
Yeah.
But arrogance justified is still arrogance.
Yep.
And I am enjoying the lack of success.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying it. Relishing it. This is what I put out on Twitter. It's like all of the dunking on the SEC is like a bloomin' onion. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Just follow me on this.
You
I mean, it's awesome, right?
mm-hmm.
It's delicious. But in the end, I kind of know it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I just 4 billion calories.
Not going to feel great after this.
Bro, I'm going to feel nauseous. And I'm not sure I can finish it either.
Yeah. But then
I
they
also
got that sauce, too.
Yeah. And I also can't stop. I can't. It's too good.
Yep.
So that's the way I look at it. Like, I know I shouldn't. Because I know it's wrong.
I know. Still
but
doing
man,
it.
I'm enjoying it.
Yep.
Gosh, it's so good.
YOLO so hard.
So let me just add to it. So these are the last 3 seasons of the college football playoff. The last 3 seasons. 2 seasons ago, it was just a 4-team playoff, which, as we talked about yesterday with Dan Wetzel, and this is the way I termed it for the entire duration of it, it was just an expanded BCS. For people who have heard me talk about this, I apologize for the repetitiveness. 4-team playoff was the BCS but it allowed for the one thing, the old BCS, which I was in favor of. The only thing it could not handle was if we had 3 major conference unbeaten teams. And Auburn, one year, was undefeated in the SEC in the BCS era and didn't play in the national championship game because there were 2 other major conference schools that were unbeaten, USC and Oklahoma. So somehow we had to decide between three undefeated teams that had done everything they were supposed to do. We had to decide which 2 belonged in that game. If I'm not mistaken, it was Southern Cal and Oklahoma. Well, I know it was Southern Cal and Oklahoma. I believe Southern Cal just blew their doors off. And Auburn, we could have done better than that. And by the way, the SEC won like every national championship after that until Ohio State and until until Ohio State won the first BCS title game. The SEC was running the sport in that iteration of it. So go to the last year of the 4-team playoff. 4 teams made it. There were 4 different conferences. We had one from each. From the ACC, did not have a team in it. It was Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama. Texas was not yet in the SEC. They were headed to the SEC. It was the year before, but they were not yet in the SEC, so it does not count. Alabama lost their game to Michigan. So the SEC went 0-1. Last year, there were 3 SEC teams in the playoff: Georgia, Texas, and Tennessee. They combined went 2-1. Texas won. They beat Clemson, and then they beat Arizona State before losing in the semifinals to eventual champion Ohio State. Georgia lost their first game. They got a bye, lost their first game to Notre Dame. Tennessee was I believe, the 7 seed, and they played at Ohio State and got just pimped. Just got hammered. Right? It just was no good. So the SEC went 2-3. This year, 5 SEC teams made it. 5 of the 7 at-large teams came. Actually, 4 of the 7 at-large teams came from the SEC. Georgia was the champion; they were the 3 seed. Georgia went 0-1. Ole Miss, who beat Georgia, went 2-1. They beat Tulane. They beat Georgia. They lost last night. Texas A&M lost at home to Miami. Oklahoma lost at home to Alabama, also from the SEC. Alabama went 1-1 because they got run by Indiana. So if you are scoring, 9 SEC teams in the last 3 years made the college football playoff. 9. Combined, they won 5 games. Of the 9 teams combined, won 5 games. 2 of those wins were over SEC schools. So we'll just take those out. Mm-hmm. So now we're down to 3 wins. One of those wins was against Tulane. So 2 Power 4 wins among 9 playoff teams from the SEC over the last 3 seasons. Texas has both of them. Texas beat Clemson. Texas beat Arizona State. That's it. Georgia doesn't have a win.
Wow.
None. Georgia was the 3 seed and the 2 seed the last 2 years. For the playoff. So I'm enjoying this from this standpoint. And we are, I'm going to start, we're going to get to there's some sound I want to play. It's not that the SEC isn't the best league. They are. They are flat out the best conference in college football. More good teams. More. Let's go one step beyond that. More really good teams than any other league. Not even close. The Big Ten this year had 3 great teams and then a bunch of nothing. Michigan was probably the next best team, and they were meh.
Yeah.
Right? There just wasn't a lot in the Big Ten. I just wish people would pay attention. I mean, it's not that they were all bad. Michigan was fine. Iowa was fine. Southern Cal was fine. But that's as far as it goes. The SEC, not only did they have the 5 teams that got bids to the playoff, and I argued that Alabama should not have gotten one. I would have given Alabama's to Notre Dame. But they were part of the conversation, and they should have been part of the conversation. Just like Texas should have been part of the conversation. Just like Vanderbilt should have been part of the conversation. I'm not saying that they belong to the playoff. I'm just saying they were worth considering. None of those other Big Ten teams were. BYU could have gotten a bid. Didn't. I would not argue for any other ACC team other than the one that got in. I understand Duke won the league, and you could say, well, Duke's better than JMU. I'm not arguing that. But the losses must matter. And Duke lost 5 times. That has to matter. But at some point, you do need to win games. The SEC, and this is a terrible way to measure teams anyway, the SEC was awful this bowl season. I'm not going to be inconsistent just to dunk further on the SEC. The numbers, the sheer numbers from the playoffs, dunk enough. It covers them in sauce.
Not mayonnaise.
Right. Right, exactly. I don't need to embellish other things. I've never thought the bowl season was a good way of gauging overall conference strength. Yeah, if a league goes, I think the SEC, I think maybe won 1 bowl game. I don't like. It doesn't look good, but it also, you can't prove anything by it because every bowl is different. Every team approaches bowls different. A lot of players opt out. Not to mention the matchups are not necessarily even. So it's just a bad way of gauging just how good a team is. In basketball, how you do in the NCAA tournament is, as much as it can be fair, that's fair, right? Everybody's at that point trying to advance as far as they can.
Yeah.
And if your league does poorly, maybe your league wasn't that great. My overall point is the SEC was good, but it's not, as a league, it is better, but the best teams don't necessarily live there. More good teams do. It does look like the best team is Indiana, and Miami is going to have a chance to stake claim to being the best team, and I give Miami a real chance because of their work on the offensive and defensive lines. Indiana's probably the best team. We'll see if they can make good on that tonight against Oregon. But, man, I am enjoying the lack of success by the Southeastern Conference because, again, arrogance and entitlement is unbecoming. All right. I didn't get it all out of my system because I'm sure there's more. But we should begin the whole proceeding today because we can. Oh, by the way, Vashti Hurt's going to join us in just a few minutes, and we are going to talk about the Panthers, who are getting ready for a playoff game. Shall we go? Should we start? I think we should start. I think we should start. Can we? Hello, in there? Nope, guess not. All right. I'll just start, and we won't have to do anything. Canes won last night. Canes beat the Anaheim Ducks in a different way, the Hurricanes didn't win a pretty game last night. They won a gritty game last night. For all the people who think the Canes, they're soft, they can't do this, they can't do that. They won last night's game on grit because it was never going to be a pretty game. And they had to grind it out. And Freddie Anderson plays really well. He didn't face a lot of shots, but he made big saves early when the game could have gotten maybe not gotten away from them, but it could have been a very different first period. The saves he made before the first goal, it allowed him to settle into the game. He had nothing to do with the 2 goals. He could not have stopped either of them, so we shouldn't even worry about him. But Carolina was flat in the game, and they did eventually get into it because Mark Jankowski scored a huge goal, and then once that happened and they sort of unlocked it, Carolina was really good. And they had to be it was never going to be a game for the Aho line because it was almost like you play the game in sludge. Everything was going to have to be hardworking. Not that line isn't, because they are. But Carolina's grinders really were the key to this. Jankowski, Robinson, Stankoven, Hall, who has become that type of a player. The 2 goals he scored against New Jersey were just hard work. The defense played well. And again, for the first time in 2 months and 2 days, Frederik Andersen was a winner.
I know. I'm so happy for him.
2 months and 2 days, Frederik Andersen finally won a game. I watched the video in the locker room afterwards. I wish Freddie would lean into it, but he's never going to.
Yeah.
I talked about this last night on the podcast. He doesn't want to admit that it's a relief to finally win a game. There's no way on this earth Anderson's ever gone this long between wins. No way. I mean, I don't have to go back and look at it. 63 days. I mean, he might have gone 63 days between wins based on injuries.
Yeah.
But he's been healthy, and he has made now, I believe, either 10 or 11 starts in between wins. And he finally gets a win. And he was like, no, it's not a relief. Like, no, man, it's okay to admit it, but I understand, kind of keeping that under a shell. But he needed that. So good for him. It doesn't change the calculus for Carolina's goaltending right now. We will see Carolina's 1A tomorrow when the Hurricanes play Seattle, who, by the way, is 8-0-2 in their last 10 games. And we're going to talk to John Forslund next hour. So we'll see Seattle tomorrow, and Brandon Bussey, I'm sure, will start in that game. But it was good to see Freddie just kind of be able to skate off the ice, feel good about himself. He played well. He played well against Colorado and allowed 5 goals.
Yeah.
So that was a very important game for him. Carolina needs to start stacking wins. They haven't been as great at home as they have needed to. Again, I mentioned this yesterday. Their road record in terms of points percentage was slightly better than their home record going into last night. It's about the same, but they need to start stacking wins. Seattle, then they go away for a couple of games and they come back. They still have 13 games before the break. 7 of them will be on home ice. It seems like they've been at home for a long time, but they still have 7 out of their next 13 games before the Olympic break will be at home. And Carolina needs to win most of them, if not all of them. Yes, we have the Olympic
right around the corner.
We don't have that many Olympic players. We have Aho, we have Slavin, no Jarvis.
No.
We have 2 Danes.
Yeah.
Right? You've got Freddie, who's going to play in the Olympics,
right.
and Nick Ehlers. So look, it was a big win. Real quick, one final kind of a postscript on it. I know it seemingly doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but one of the biggest saves Anderson made was the last one. It was already 5-2. The game was over. There were just a handful of seconds left. But a good player, Mason McTavish, had a great opportunity to make it 5-3, which, again, would have only changed the final score. But Anderson made the save, which was a huge save for him because it showed the focus to be locked in until the end.
Yes.
There was no relaxing. Good for him. It wasn't bigger than some of the saves he made earlier, but it was a big save on a personal level. And I'm happy because of two things. One, I like Freddie. They like the team likes Freddie. They want him to do well. And also, Carolina needs a second goaltending option. It can't just be, well, the only time we're going to win is when Bussy plays. That can't be the case. So it does reestablish Anderson as a goalie that will win games.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Vashti Hurt will join us from CarolinaBlitz.com. We'll talk about the Panthers and who's banging the drum tomorrow afternoon. Next.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, Carolina Panthers fans, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan. For all the inside information on your team, join me and my co-host, WRAL TV's Chris Lee, for our podcast, Panthers Playbook, presented by Wake Orthopedics. In every episode, we'll keep you up to date on your Panthers, and we'll do it with access only we can provide. Locker room insight, exclusive interviews, and in-depth looks at every Panthers game. Follow and subscribe to Panthers Playbook wherever you discover your favorite podcasts or watch on YouTube.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I'm a wife and the mother of 2 kids. And when I get to work in the precinct house and put on my uniform, I can tell you, as a police officer, we're building partnerships. This should be happening everywhere, so the police should be reaching out to this community, and this community should reach out to the police. That's the way to make this a safer place.
Start the conversation and help stop crime. To learn the 5 things you can do, go to ncpc.org/prevent violent crime. A message from the National Crime Prevention Council and the Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend, Coach Pete. Coach, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared of what's going on in the market, in the world. What's your advice for someone who's got money in their portfolio right now?
Everything's scary, and we're in the information age, so we hear so much more about things we never heard of growing up. You know, when we grew up, the way you got the news without the newspaper. Now it's all over the place, and then you have to say, is it real news or fake news? And where's the story coming from? But the real story is the money world is scary, and a lot of people are not set up properly to approach retirement or actually go into retirement because they don't have lifetime income, Amanda.
I don't. I'm not ready. I know I'm not quite there yet, but at the same time, I have so many questions. That's why it's important to sit down with someone like yourself.
Anyone with a 401k right now, you need to see what kind of income you can get for life. We can do that for you. For the next 10 callers, we'll do it at no cost or obligation.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
What's this?
We're expanding the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club.
That's a pretty big wrecking ball.
Well, with all these new scratch-offs, this place is going to be packed with new winners. Okay, let's go ahead and knock this wall down. This is where we're putting the polo field. Whoa, patience, Trixie.
This month's tickets are loaded with $90 million in total prizes.
The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds or winning range from 1 in 3.35 to 4.68. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gold. Gold.
Is he married to a person or just himself? Because I feel like that's very Aaron Rodgery of him to have the twist in there.
It's a very good question.
So, I don't know. We still don't know if it's a person.
Would he get down on one knee to ask himself over an ayahuasca?
Yes.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Guess what? There's a playoff game at Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah, there is.
Tomorrow at 4:30 as the Los Angeles Rams will be in town to take on the Carolina Panthers. Weren't they just here?
I know.
They were just here.
Can it rain?
Oh, my gosh. Vashti Hurt, CarolinaBlitz.com. Matt, keep blitzing on Twitter. Didn't you just see this game?
We did just see the game. What? I mean, this has been a trend, right? We saw the Panthers versus Tampa Bay for twice in, 2-week span, and now we have the Panthers and Rams twice within about a 1-month span.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I want to start, though, with what will happen before the game. What's it going to be like when Cameron Jarrell Newton bangs the drum?
Crazy. And you know what? Kudos to both sides for making this happen. It has not been the best relationship since Cam's departure and Jerry Richardson's departure.
Right.
And so to put everything aside to give the fans who really deserve it, this moment is huge. And I think that, the ride or dies who have been through the mud with this team deserve all the good things that are happening, and especially to have Cam Newton return and bang the drum ahead of their first playoff game in 10 years at home.
First playoff game not started by Cam Newton in that span of time. It reminds me, and I want to get off this in a second and get to this particular group and the time that you spend in locker rooms, because I think your stuff is always so enlightening. But the last time we saw Cam in uniform here, and the what came out of that was Matt Rule, then the coach, recognizing that, oh yeah, it is different when he's here. I didn't realize, he did not realize what the impact that Cam had, not just on the field, but on the group. I think that's probably the thing that is most underestimated about Newton's time in Carolina was how he made everybody else feel, how he made everybody else better.
Yeah, and when you're on the outside looking in, because of whatever narratives that surrounded him, you might think he's conceited, he wasn't a good teammate. And talking to Chuba yesterday, he called Cam an actual mentor, and he was only with Cam for maybe half a season.
Right.
So to call him a mentor for his career, and you were only with him for about 6 or 7 games, that just shows you the impact. I was talking to a fellow beat writer, and he said, "Oh, it's not going to be that big of a deal." I was like, "Just watch." I mean, because this is huge, and he has that type of engaging personality. And Dave Canales used the word aura yesterday, and it perfectly describes him. When he walks into a room, He owns it. You take notice, and when he walks into Bank of America Stadium, he'll do the same thing tomorrow.
I cannot wait for that. Who was it that said Cam wasn't a game changer? I forget. It was somebody who got a podcast. Look, I'm not going to knock anybody that's got a podcast. I have a podcast. But yeah, Cam was, a complete game changer. He was unbelievable. All right, now to the group that they've got. Approaching this game, do you look at it as it's a free hit? Like, even if they lose, look, they just won 8. How are you approaching this game?
With all of the pomp and circumstance surrounding it, they're doing a keep pounding drum tour with Cam coming back and doing his podcast here and also banging the drum and just all of the hype surrounding the game itself. I don't think just being in it is enough. I think the Panthers have to, at minimum, be competitive.
Okay.
It can't be a blowout. They have to show up. They have to compete. And if they can pull out a win, even better. But you just can't be satisfied getting invited to the club. You got to dance. And so the Panthers need to dance tomorrow and make it a good game for the fans and for the league and for themselves. You don't want to go out laying an egg. And I'm not saying that I'm completely out on them, winning this game, but you go to the club, don't hang on the wall, go dance.
Yeah, I feel seen here, but that's fine. I agree with you. They can't they can't just be a speed bump for Los Angeles. Do you think we're going to learn anything that we don't already know at this point about Bryce Young or Dave Canales?
I think we could learn more about Dave Canales than we already know about Bryce Young. We know Bryce Young has the clutch gene. We know that, he has the ability to make plays, especially, outside of the pocket. He can also turn the ball over. So you could get Atlanta Bryce, or you could get Bryce against, a lot of against the Saints. So that Canales, I think, has more to prove tomorrow. How are you going to manage the game? How are you going to call the game? How far in your bag are you going to go? Are you going to lay it all on the line? Are you going to come out aggressively to try to set the tone for this team? And so, that's what we need to see from Canales. We need to see he's going to have to call a perfect game, and he's also going to have to be, at the same time, an advocate for his team with the refs. And all of the aspects that go into being a head coach. So I'm looking at him more than I'm looking at Bryce, and I think we'll learn more about him as well.
I agree 100% with that. Vashti Hurt is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show, CarolinaBlitz.com at Keep Blitzin'. They really did get the short end of the stick from the referees. And, it's funny, and you and I have not talked about this, but I mentioned it on Monday. We had actually a former NFL official and somebody who spent a dozen years as a supervisor of officials for the NFL, and we went through all 4 of the major calls. The only one that we kind of agreed, the offensive pass interference, it's callable. It gets let go a lot, but it was callable, and by letter of the rule, it was a foul on Tedero and McMillan. But the face mask, he goes, I don't know how you missed the face mask. Defensive pass interference, that's not. There's legs getting tangled up. That's by rule, not defensive pass interference. And then when they said after the game that Dave Canales had the option to replay the down, Dave Canales like, well, that wasn't presented to me. So was he supposed to imagine? Right, so that's where Canales, who said he was already on to the next play, which means that maybe the moment kind of was a little bit too big for him right there, because that was an obvious backward pass, and it cost them the possession.
Yeah, and I asked him after that game, who advocates for the team? Because I understand, like, if they're on offense and you have to think of the next play, then are you as engaged with what's going on the field? who is Brad Isaac saying something to you? He said he spoke to the officials, but we have seen veteran coaches know how to work officials.
Yeah.
We saw our master at that with Coach K. Now, he might not get all the calls, but at the right moment from working those officials, he's going to get that call. And I think that Canales is going to have to find a balance where when it's egregious like it was against Tampa Bay, sometimes you got to come out of that headset. Not even just to send a message.
Yeah.
And that old, they got a tough job too. That's not going to fly when it hurts your team. And so, he's going to have to, if he sees it in this game, come out of that headset. Like, we need to see Canales get angry. His team needs to see him get angry. That he's going to have to figure that part out, because I do think he can do a better job of working the officials, because the Panthers seem more so than not to be on the losing end of those calls.
Yeah, they were 0 for the game against the Buccaneers. Vashti Hurt is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Would you accept, and this is I'm thinking about how Carolina is going to play this offensively. Would you accept a similar approach as they had in Green Bay, where you try to slow the game down, keep the Rams' offense off the field as much as possible, frustrate them? But for me, I would do that, but at the same time, I would take my shots down the field. I would try to hit big plays on the Rams, because I think they could do that.
Yeah, I mean, they have to listen. That has to be the key. You have to slow the game down, run the ball, and like you said, that doesn't mean be ultra conservative. Take your shots. But in the last game, the Rams only punted once. Okay, every other scoring possession was either a turnover or a touchdown, interception, and he threw a pick six to Mike Jack. He was intercepted another time, and then he had the sack fumble or a touchdown. So these guys are either scoring the ball or last game he scored the ball or turned the ball over. You cannot give them an opportunity to torch you on the field. Time of possession is going to be key. Pass rush is going to be key, but you don't want to give Matt Stafford and that offense with Devontae Edwards returning an opportunity to run the score up on you. And you do that by keeping the ball in your hands.
And they can run the ball too. That's the thing about the Rams that we forget. We have Stafford and we have Puka Nacua and we have Devontae Adams. We have all these weapons, but man, they run the ball really, really well. Carolina's been better against the run, but I still think they're vulnerable against it.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams have the number one total offense right now, number one in points per game, yards per play, and they have a top 10 rushing offense. They're seventh. And the best passing offense. The Panthers are going to have their hands full. They get Turk Wharton back. I'm not sure how that's going to affect the run game, the run defense, but they got to do whatever they can to keep. That's why they can't have the ball. They just can't have the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, I think the Panthers defense is pretty marginal. They're pretty middle of the pack. Rushing offense, they're 19th. So you can get 300 yards against the Panthers. Just ask Buffalo. So, I mean, I don't know if the defense is going to save them. They just can't let the Rams have the ball.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I said, I mean, it's not about being conservative, as you said. It's about just controlling the ball and controlling the clock. And you can do that and throw the ball 35 times. You just got to complete a lot of passes. I would like to see Bryce, and I would love to see Rico Dowdle involved in the pass game. The tight ends have been getting better. I think it's important to utilize the tight ends. Jalen Coker, and I know Brad Idzik talked about it the other day. His reemergence, because at the end of last year, we thought going into this year, man, he was going to have a big year. Injury, slow start. The whole reason Adam Thielen was they allowed themselves to trade Adam Thielen was because Jalen Coker was going to assume that role, and then he got hurt and he had a rough start. He's certainly coming on. Who is the best third receiving option for them?
and people are not going to want to hear this. I would have to say, Bryce and Tremaine, he has the best, pass catch percentage as far as balls thrown to him. He catches them the most, but he's not really a factor in the pass game. Xavier is having a really rough year. See Bryce Young year 2, right? This is Xavier Legette's year 2. I think he's in his head, but if I'm looking at that wide receiver group, T-Mac 1, Coker 2, I'm still trusting, even with the mistakes, I like Legette as their third option. He has the size. He has the catch radius. He just has to get out of his head, and I think that's where he's at right now. I like Jimmy Horn. He just hasn't gotten a lot of burn. He has the speed. So it's probably, for me, Legette and then Bryce and Tremaine, who catches the ball as well. He just hasn't been as involved in the offense. But however they get it done, they got to get it done. I think they're going to force the ball to T-Mac a lot.
Yeah.
But if they shut down T-Mac and do a good job on Coker, don't be surprised if Legette has him a decent game. If the Panthers are as aggressive as they need to be.
If Xavier Legette has a good game, Carolina has a chance to win. That's what I think. Because it will probably be because he's got favorable matchups. Real quick, do you have anything different, special planned for the day? I like being the first playoff game. I think it's a good, it's cool to be the first one out of the box. I think it's better than being the first game on Sunday, which is, I believe, where Buffalo and Jacksonville are. I like being the first game. Do you have anything special planned?
I'll be in the press box. I got to get there early. It's supposed to rain.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know how this weather, and that benefits the Panthers. It rained the last time. This is a LA team that's used to playing in a dome. So I'm just going to get to the stadium mad early, probably like 1:30, 2 o'clock. But no special plans.
Okay.
Get the team ready to cover the game. I'm excited about it. I thought about going to the tailgate to watch Cam's show, but me and Rain don't work like that. I'm a press box girly, so I like to stay dry.
I understand. Totally understand that. Vashti Hurt, CarolinaBlitz.com, at Keep Blitzing on Twitter. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the whole experience.
Thanks, Adam.
Take care. Vashti Hurt here on the Adam Gold Show. One-timers on the other side. Questions and answers. You can go to the YouTube chat. YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. Either way, that'll get you to it. Then you can put your questions in the chat box, or you can tweet them to Victoria at V_2_the_Ictoria.
Boom. Nailed it.
Boom. One-timers is next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoots, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Best time of the year. Wild card round in the NFL, and FanDuel is gearing up. All customers, not new customers, all customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day, each day during the wild card round. That's right. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and of course Saturday, our Panthers will take on the Rams. You'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. There is no finer app on planet Earth. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshic.gov CFP.com or call toll free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
I had questions about my child's vaccines, so I got real answers from her doctor because we share the same goal, keeping her healthy and strong. Her doctor told me that keeping up with childhood vaccines, getting them at the recommended ages and sometimes together, is a proven way to protect her from serious illnesses, ones that can be prevented with vaccines. Have questions? Get real answers. Talk to your doctor. Visit vaccinesforkids.nc.gov. Paid for by NCDHHS.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
As the health director in Haywood County and a nurse here in North Carolina, I can tell you that the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline saves lives.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available.
988 Lifeline counselors are ready 24/7 to speak with you, help you cope, and get you connected to the support that is right for you.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Smokey the Bear. Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do. Don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com, and remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Adam Gold.
Steve Bettman take all that time to walk out, then to see the pick, bro hug no less than 20 guys on his way up there. And then this draft house, they just moved this wall like the Price is Right. I don't know.
It's a showcase showdown back there.
I know.
That would be great. So we should spin a wheel,
yeah,
right? Exactly.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Our old friend John Forslund stops by next hour. He'll be in town tomorrow as the Seattle Kraken take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Seattle's hot. Carolina's won 3 in a row.
And now I want wings.
Very
Do
good.
people remember that? Because does he still do those?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Sometimes I don't catch them, so I don't know.
No, they're yeah. He he still lives here.
Yes.
So whenever he's in town, I wouldn't. Well, that won't happen tomorrow. They're flying in today, so it won't happen tomorrow. But whenever he's here for a stretch, like during the Olympics, I don't believe he is going to Italy to call any of the games, although maybe he is. But if he's home, he'll record some new spots.
Oh, nice.
So he'll come over here and do it. So
okay.
There you go. All right, let's do one-timers.
Okay, so looking towards our YouTube stream where we left off yesterday with Micah, he has a two-parter. So first up, who is the best U.S. men's national team player ever? And he has parentheses, it's Pulisic.
No, it's not Pulisic. So I think it's a hard one for me because we always think about a goal scorer. I don't know why the answer might not be Tony Meola, the goalkeeper. I think Pulisic might be the best American player, but it has not yet translated to the national team in terms of success. So I'm going to go Tony Meola, the goalkeeper, but we'll see what happens in this go-round. But Pulisic is the best American player, I think.
Okay. Well, the part 2 of his question, could the Canes look at Matthew Oliver on the Jackets? He is rotting away on a non-playoff team.
I mean, I guess theoretically, but I don't believe that Columbus is interested in moving him. I really don't. He is a beast of a human being. I mean, he's not a terrible player, but he is essentially a boxer. He's a street fighter. It's not really Carolina's style either. Although watching him basically knock out Ryan Reeves the other night was something else.
Heavyweight battle.
That was legit heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
But it's really not what Carolina needs. What Carolina needs, if we're being real about it, is they need a legitimate number 2 center.
Yeah. Well,
no matter how good Stankoven is, they need a legitimate number 2C.
Well, this might be last but not least from Doug. Watching the NHL trade board on The Athletic, and it puts Robert Thomas of St. Louis right behind KK. What would a package for Thomas look like? KK, Blake, or Stank, and a first, question mark?
I don't know what it would look like, but it would be uncomfortable. But you should be willing to be uncomfortable if you're going to bring in a player like that. That's all I'm going to say.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
It's a big day for the Carolina Panthers tomorrow, so this calls for a special Panther Party beverage. I'm Victoria Vodnecker here for Blue Shark Vodka, and even if you're not a Panther fan or a football fan in general, it's still a Friday, and that is definitely a great excuse to unwind and relax with the smoothest and cleanest vodka made right here in North Carolina. Add it as a mixer or take it straight because it's the Shark without the bite, so go check out the coolest bottle you'll find at your local ABC store or visit them for recipes at BlueSharkVodka.com.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
As 2026 gets started, it feels like everything is right in college basketball because 2 of the 5 best players, and yes, best players all ages, NBA draft prospects, however you want to play it, are at Duke and UNC. Cam Boozer and Caleb Wilson are going to be one of the stories of not just the ACC, but the entire country in college basketball.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
Leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $6.99.
So crispy.
So crispy.
And juicy.
And juicy.
So much flavor.
So much.
Stop it. What are you doing?
What, you expect me to get this delicious deal and not say anything?
You're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
With a boldly seasoned leg and thigh, choice of fixin', a biscuit, and legendary iced tea, it's a deal so good it's worth repeating. So eat and repeat while it lasts. It's bow time.
It's bow time. Dine in, drive through, or tap your favorite delivery app and have Bojangles come to you. Satisfy your craving for flavor right now with Bojangles 2-piece dinner. 2 pieces of Bojangles dark meat chicken, your choice of fixin', a biscuit, and iced tea for just $6.99. That's right, just $6.99 for limited time at participating Bojangles. What are you waiting for? When you're hungry, it's always bow time.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rates to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. Don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out all higher interest debt and lowering your bills by thousands. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
HIV is not a crime, or it shouldn't be.
It's time for the laws to catch up to science.
Join the Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation to modernize outdated HIV criminalization laws. Go to etaf.org. Campaign funded through the support of Gilead Sciences Incorporated.
Progressive knows life takes you in many directions.
Bear right at exit 32, then begin to wonder why you never bought a fish tank. In 1.3 miles, you'll realize you've been mispronouncing epitome your whole life. At the roundabout, you will remember you said something at dinner you wish you hadn't and will think about it for decades. You have arrived at your destination, but it turns out there really is no destination and life just keeps going.
Wherever life takes you, protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
3rd down and 1. Empty backfield. Mendoza the snap, looking left. Fires end zone. He's got Surratt who makes the catch. Touchdown, Indiana. The second connection today between the Heisman winner, Fernando Mendoza. 24-yard touchdown reception for Surratt. And now it's 23-0, Indiana. Snap, give to Hemby. Gets off the right side of the 10 and busts into the end zone. Touchdown. Another Indiana score. 18-yard run by Roman Hemby. And the route is on. 37-3, Indiana.
There you go. That's what happened. Indiana done blowed out Alabama. That was a non-competitive affair. Maybe Oklahoma didn't belong in the playoff either. I don't know. But, man, Alabama was non-competitive against Georgia. They were non-competitive against Indiana. They got blown out by Florida State. Why were they in the playoff again? So I spent a lot. By the way, it's the Adam Gold Show. Hi, welcome to your Friday. Go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. You can watch the proceedings. We have a good time here every Friday. John Forslund's going to join us in about 20 minutes. Next hour, we've got the Roundtable, and we will spend a ton of time on the Carolina Panthers and the NFL playoffs. And later this hour, I will give you pick six. Not only will I give you all 6 winners, I will give you the final scores.
Oh, very detailed.
Oh, yes. And I guarantee to get them all correct.
Nice. Just make a parlay. Win like 500,000.
Yep, that will not happen. But we're going to try, and that's all we can ask, right? Just give your best. Yeah, what were we talking about? I don't remember what we were talking about. What was the highlight that we came back with? You don't remember either.
No, I've moved on.
Oh, it was Indiana
Yes.
Bludgeoning Alabama.
Yes,
in the playoff game. Look, we spent the first part of the show talking about it. It has not been a great run for the Southeastern Conference, and like I said earlier, I think the SEC is the best league. I think they were the best league this year. But what they didn't have were the upper crust teams. We thought Georgia was. As it turned out, no. Their offense, when you watch them, their offense just wasn't great. They didn't have a great passing offense. You know, they have incredible talent and they win a lot of games, but they didn't have a great passing offense. Couple of more things about college football before we get to the Panthers. So I saw a question on ESPN about does leaving Ole Miss before the playoff began. Does it impact Lane Kiffin's legacy? Will this impact Lane Kiffin's legacy was the question that I saw Chiron at the bottom of the screen on ESPN. And I'm like, you do know this is Lane Kiffin, right? This is par. This is not a surprise. This is par. Now, shame on us, and I'd love to talk to Ryan McGee about this, because I thought when Ryan McGee did the doc, what was it, the E60 piece, whatever it was called, on Lane Kiffin, it seemed to me that Lane had sort of accepted that, you know what, if I want to change the way I am perceived, I need to do some things differently. It looked like he was going to be settled in Oxford and just be the coach at Ole Miss and just kind of settle into being that person. And then this happened, and then you realize, nope, he's the exact same person we thought he was. He is not driven by ethics or any like a moral compass. It's just the wind. What's best for me? There's an element that we should always embrace what's best for us, but also how it is perceived by other people. Lane Kiffin still could have become the head coach at LSU. He could have simply told LSU, if you want me to be the head coach, you're going to have to wait. I am going to see this season through with this group, and that's that. But because he went on basically the sightseeing tour, he sent his family to Baton Rouge to, do rush hour driving in the morning, see what it's like. Do I hit all the lights? Is there traffic at this intersection? Where neighborhoods we want to live? Because he was doing that groundwork during the season, he pissed everybody off. He did Lane Kiffin things. I mentioned this yesterday. The fact that Kiffin was at an LSU, I guess it was women's basketball game, while Ole Miss was playing their first playoff game, the one they beat, second playoff game, the one they beat Georgia at. And he was being introduced by Kim Mulkey, who I'll just ... I mean, birds of a feather, man. Birds of a feather. So, yeah. No, it didn't impact Lane Kiffin's legacy. It cemented it. It's like, that's exactly who we thought he was. So, it has every right to go to LSU. But it's just amazing to me. You're going into the playoffs. So, by the way, I have said this before. I believe there will be players in the future. Maybe not now that the players are getting paid. So it is a different animal. But I do think that we will see players opt out of these types of games because of what's coming down the road for them in the NFL. And that's really what Lane Kiffin did. He opted out of Ole Miss's playoff run. Now, Pete Golding did a great job. That team overachieved all year. Good for them. They were super exciting. One more thing about this, and it's too bad. But starting immediately after the final play, and I understand we are infatuated with officiating, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, when there are bad calls, yeah, that's fine. It's okay to point them out. That was not defensive pass interference last night. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. And I'm, in many ways, I'm disappointed in the officials, like Terry McCauley on Twitter today. That's DPI. He admits that it's a mutual combat. He admits that it's mutual combat down the field. But he says at the end, the defensive back pulls the jersey. They both have a hold of each other the entire time. Right. Yes, in slow motion, we can, the defensive back still has it on just a fraction later. Nah, man, that is mutual combat. No advantage either way. By the way, the DB is also off balance. It's not defensive pass interference. But I will say this. Depending on the team, it would impact. If that might be called.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put on a tinfoil hat, but if you want to imagine it, that's fine. If that were Georgia in place of Ole Miss, that flag's thrown. If it were Alabama in place of Ole Miss, that flag's thrown. If it were Ohio State in place of Ole Miss, that flag is thrown. But it's Ole Miss. So that flag is correctly not thrown.
Right.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Shall we? Remember, I will give you a pick six. All 6 winners, plus the final score of each game in about 30 minutes.
And?
Oh,
I
have to guess your jerseys.
Yes, that. And another thing.
We have more.
Well, wait. There's more. I have a poll in our YouTube stream right now.
Let me hear it. I want to vote.
So the question is, will the Carolina Panthers beat the LA Rams again in the playoffs this Saturday, a.k.a. tomorrow? And your options are absolutely, #keep pounding, not a chance, or it could be close, I have no idea. And right now, it's literally a 3-way tie.
Is it? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Threw that third one in there. So.
I might hedge on the third one.
Yeah.
I might hedge on the third one. I don't think the Panthers are winning the game. But
Yeah, but you know what? That spread though.
10.5.
I don't think the Rams will cover. I think they'll keep it close. But I don't know.
We'll see.
Who knows? Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We'll see what the pick six says coming up later on. And you have 9 jerseys?
I have 9. I had a little more than I thought.
All right.
Some have been in the drawer for a long time.
I'm going to try to guess. I'm going to try to guess the 9 jerseys.
Yeah.
We'll do that. I'm trying to think when we should do that. Maybe we do that right off the bat in the 2:00 hour.
Okay. I'm ready.
Show meeting right here during the show. always good for that. All right. Quick thumbnail look at the game. To me, when we talk to Vashti Hurt, I think she's right. We already know about Bryce Young. Now, that doesn't mean we think he's the finished product, because I don't believe he is. And we still have learning to do, but I don't think we're going to learn anything either further cementing him as the guy or further cementing him as not the guy based on what happens tomorrow. So we know that, man, he's had some good games and he's had some bad games. And in order for Carolina to win this game, he's going to have to be really good. Can't afford turnovers. Can't afford sacks. You have to be part of the solution tomorrow if Carolina is going to win. But I will say this, even if Bryce balls out, even if he has a great game, the Panthers should not do a contract extension long term. Use the collective bargaining agreement tools to the team's advantage. So you pick up the 5th-year option, you pay him for the 4th year, and then after next year or during next year, when you see, because we need to see what Bryce does from game 1. So next year, you make your decision on what he is long term. Okay? If Bryce has one of those games where he's 20 of 28 for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, and maybe he has got 2 and he runs 1 in, and he escapes, he makes big plays on 3rd down or 4th down, or leads a game-winning touchdown drive, don't fall for it. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm saying you got to resist the urge to try to make this a forever thing, because we do not know. We do not know. The truth is that we have seen plenty of, yeah, maybe not, even lately, as they have been playing better. And I think most people know that I have been a pretty ardent supporter of Bryce. In year one, when C.J. Stroud looked like a star, which he is not a star, he's a good player, right? And Bryce looked like the worst quarterback we've ever seen, everybody had already gotten to the finish line. And all I said was, man, there's a long way to go in this race. And Bryce, I believe, is, at the very least, a good NFL starting quarterback. Now, he's got to be a lot better than good for me to give him a long-term contract extension. And I will never, ever, ever play the, well, who else are you going to get game? You still have to pay people appropriately. And I would never pay big-time money for a quarterback who wasn't a big-time player. And we just do not know yet if that's Bryce Young. So the more time you can give yourself as an organization before you pay, whether it's Bryce or any other quarterback, I think you need to do that. With that said, I think that we're going to find out more about Dave Canales and what he is willing to risk, because you are not going to beat the Rams without risk. There's just no way you're good enough to play the way you played against the Packers and do it just that way and win this game. You have to have a mindset like that, but you must be aggressive and go after big plays. The truth of the matter is that winning a game like this will take daring. You are going, there's no other way to say it. You are going to take on risk. I'll put it in golf terms, right? You're going to have to take on the water. You're going to have to try to carry the water and hit the green in two. You are going to have to do that. And if you don't, you will not win. No chance, because I don't believe the Rams are going to give you anything.
No. That's why we have to hope for rain, too. Even though Vashti doesn't want it to.
Well, she doesn't want it because, she's going to be indoors.
Right.
She doesn't want it. Here's what I think. I get it. The Rams are a dome team. I understand that. I don't think rain really does a ton here, right? Because theoretically, if you are the team that is comfortable running the ball a lot, theoretically, that's where the rain, you run and you have a great defense, that's where the rain might play into your hands.
And I'm also conflicted because we like to do flea flickers when it's garbage weather. So let's not do that either. If it's rainy, please. Such
a bad call.
I know.
That was such a bad call.
Terrible.
By the way, this was an opportunity for those of you watching the show to go see. I'm glad I was watching that. I just don't think the Panthers have an advantage over the Rams if the weather is bad. Because I think the Rams would be very comfortable leaning into the run game, right? They have a great running game. I think they would be comfortable doing that as much as Carolina would be comfortable doing that. And since Matthew Stafford will, at times, be a little careless with the football, although he went through a long stretch this year where he was not. He was the opposite. Having him throw less isn't the worst thing in the world for Los Angeles either, if it is dictated by the elements. I just don't think the Panthers would get a great advantage, or any advantage at all, if the weather is bad. You have to control the clock. You got to be judicious in that regard. You have to try to frustrate the Rams and limit possessions, but ultimately, you need to make big plays offensively, because the Rams are going to score. They just are. It'll depend on how much Carolina does.
Yeah.
Just to keep
an eye on that Puka Nacua guy, too.
Devontae Adams is back. So, all right, when we come back, the one and only John Forslund. Then after that, your pick 6 for the first round of the playoffs. Next.
Questioning goalie interference calls since day one. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, Carolina Panthers fans, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan. For all the inside information on your team, join me and my co-host, WRAL TV's Chris Lee, for our podcast, Panthers Playbook, presented by Wake Orthopedics. In every episode, we'll keep you up to date on your Panthers, and we'll do it with access only we can provide. Locker room insight, exclusive interviews, and in-depth looks at every Panthers game. Follow and subscribe to Panthers Playbook wherever you discover your favorite podcasts or watch on YouTube.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Day 2, college football playoff mania. And every day during the college football playoffs, FanDuel has for you, all customers, a profit boost for every college playoff game day in all Big Ten. In fact, it's a Big 2. Indiana and Oregon. Yes, traditional Big Ten powers, Indiana and Oregon. That means that you can boost your payout if you get it right. FanDuel.com/local. I like Indiana. FanDuel.com/local. Get your college playoff profit boost today. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Pondering prizes with Cash Pop? Why pick just one pop when you can pick as many pops as you please? Up to 15. Picture this. You pick your pop, perhaps a powerful 7. Now pick more pops like a proud 9, a pristine 15, a perfect 10. Each pop propagates more potential to pack your pockets with prizes up to $2,500. So prepare for a peppering of prizes with Cash Pop from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Cash Pop. Play more pops. Win more prizes. Must be 18 to play. See Cash Pop prize and odds charts at nclottery.com. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Why did I wait so long to see a retina specialist?
Retinal disease can steal your eyesight, but it doesn't have to. Patients who seek care from a retina specialist have the best chance of preventing vision loss due to age-related macular degeneration or diabetic retinopathy. AMD symptoms to look out for are distortion or warping of straight lines, as well as blurred or loss of central vision. Patients with diabetic retinopathy should seek treatment if they notice the appearance of spots or floaters or blurred and distorted vision. Visit seeforalifetime.org.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
I have his jersey.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you have any other jerseys or just the Jake Delhomme?
I got so many.
Do you really?
I go all the way back from Tim Biakabatuka.
Wow.
Yes. Cam, Luke, obviously, Smitty. So, yeah, I've got multiple. 6 or 7, maybe?
6, 7?
6, 7? 6, 7?
The Adam Gold Show.
I don't know how many people have paid attention to this. I have. The Seattle Kraken have not lost in regulation in 10. 8-0-2 in their last 10. They are third in the Pacific Division, and they will be at Lenovo Center tomorrow night to take on the Carolina Hurricanes. That means John Forslund's back, the voice of the Kraken, Amazon Prime on Mondays in Canada, TNT everywhere. Sir, my friend, Happy New Year.
Hey, Adam, Happy New Year. Great to hear your voice.
I get energy talking with you, just like the Lenovo Center crowd gets energy when Mikko Rantanen steps on the ice.
Yeah, that was great the other night. Yeah,
cow.
Good for them and good for him and good for everybody.
Yeah, it was. You know what? Like Rod said it after the game. He has no ill will at all against Mikko, right? And the players, Sebastian Aho and Mikko Rantanen are friends, right? So there's no really ill feeling. But the crowd just, it was so electric in the building that it just made for such an incredible atmosphere. And I legitimately think that it hurt Carolina in the first period against Anaheim last night because the crowd was dead. The team was kind of flat, and there was no energy being traded back and forth. They needed Mark Jankowski to score a goal just to kind of get everybody going. But, man, Tuesday night, it was just fun to be at Lenovo Center. How are the Kraken? What has really worked for them other than Philip Grubauer has been spectacular? What has really clicked for this team over the last few weeks?
Well, you're right. I mean, both goalies, he and Joey Decord have been exceptional, and that's what every NHL team needs. But by and large, what they've been able to rectify is defensive issues that were rampant last year that cost them, so many games and put them in a position to chase games and at a point where they could never dictate the terms against another club. And that's kind of a recipe for most teams. Mm-hmm. But this team from the beginning of training camp decided they're going to dial into a new defensive system with Lane Lambert as the coach. And they're going to work hard. And that's simple. That's all it is. They're a team of grinders. They're a team that has to be the sum of their parts in order to be successful. There's not any elite stars on this team. There might be some budding stars on the way, but certainly not at the level that you see with other teams where you can rely on your top end to get you through some dark times. That's not the case with the Kraken. So they've gone through a roller coaster ride this season. They've navigated through a compressed schedule and injuries like everybody else. They've done it under the radar. Nobody pays attention to them. Nobody gave them any attention in the offseason. I'm not sure they warranted any of that. So they're trying to earn that. And in this last stretch, for me, they're playing very similar than how they played in their worst times when it was miserable during the early portion of December, mid-December until the end, where it looked like they're going to play themselves out of it completely, and now they've resurrected. But basically, their team game is pretty solid. They make you earn your ice. They make it tough on you. They work exceptionally hard. If they have energy on their side, they can compete with anybody, and that's where they're at right now.
And that's, to me, that's the key, especially in a condensed schedule, because it's so difficult to bring energy and maximum effort every single game. Like the Hurricanes played 5 games last week. This is not basketball, right? I mean, that's not. Yeah. I'm not trying to knock basketball, but it's hard to play 5 hockey games in 7 days.
Well, and it's hard to play the way Rod asked them to play, because it's based on skating. And so if they don't have their energy, they're going to look flat. They're going to look, maybe disinterested to some. They're not. It's just the way it is. I will say what's remarkable about this season is how Colorado, Dallas, and now Minnesota have emerged as truly elite teams to separate themselves from the rest of the league. And they're teams that travel a great deal. Like the Eastern Conference, I hate to tell everybody, but it's easy. Yeah. It's very easy. They might play the same amount of games, but if you're going to New Jersey and coming back to Raleigh and going down to Florida and doing this and that, it's nothing. And the New York teams have a distinct advantage and should be better because of that, and they're not. But, that's the way it is. And the Western teams that are able to get to a good sound system, and I think that's hidden in Colorado's game too because of their star power. But they got their excellent system that they can rely on. That's gonna bank them points, and that's the key now as we scramble to the end of this month to get to the Olympic break. How many points can you bank? Where are you going to be? Because there is not a lot of racetrack left when they resume after the Olympics.
John Forslund is joining us. He'll be in town with the Seattle Kraken tomorrow night at Lenovo Center. As a great example of the travel, Carolina played in Washington. Then the next day, they played, either the next day or the day after. I think it was the next day. They played in Philadelphia, and they took the train. Right. They literally took a train from D.C. to Philadelphia.
Right.
Very cool, very old school. I don't know if they all wore.
Well, it gave Tripp a chance to put a conductor's hat on.
That's right. I saw it.
Which looked great, by the way.
That's fantastic. But you're so right. Just look in the Central Division, right? You're all over the place. Dallas, Colorado, and Winnipeg, and Minnesota. And I agree. I've now seen Colorado twice. I've seen Dallas twice. I've seen Minnesota twice. Hurricanes have played well against those teams, but they are definitely different. The Avalanche are, you can't take your eyes off them. They are so fast. It's funny. Martin Natchez has been great, but it's really cool to see how well Brent Burns has played. Yeah. And Jack Drury's played well. We all knew Jack Drury's a good player anyway, but Brent Burns has really, really played well. I don't know how teams are going to beat them 4 times in a 7-game series, especially if they get good goaltending, which I think they'll get. But they play the games, but holy cow, they are unbelievable.
It's theirs to lose. I think if you say anything else as observers of the league, you're probably either bluffing yourself or everybody else, because based on their numbers, based on how they play, based on their depth, the goaltending, the coach who doesn't get a lot of recognition.
Oh, he's a great coach.
A great coach. Yep. And if you talk to the players, they'll tell you how detailed he is and how prepared they are. And, they get all the information they need from this guy. He's a really good coach. But anyway, you got to say it's their season. They should win the Stanley Cup. They're going to lose the Stanley Cup somehow if they get knocked out. But based on all the information we have right now, it's a runaway, and then Dallas and Minnesota are kind of behind that. Okay and very good compared to other teams, and then it's a scramble. Eastern Conference wide open. There's Tampa Bay, Carolina, sure, but then it's really a wide open conference. And even the teams that are clicking, the Canes, the Lightning, if you fall into a bad week, a bad stretch, it's dangerous. It really is.
Yeah, Carolina twice this year has had like 5 or 6 point cushions atop the division, atop the conference, has a little bit of a blip, and all of a sudden that cushion is gone. We just went through this, and now it's back up to 4 points in the Metro. I think Tampa is the best team in the East. I don't think there's a big difference between Tampa and Carolina. I think Tampa's got a higher end in goal scoring, and obviously they have Andrei Vasilevsky. Although Brandon Bussey is the North Shore of Long Island version of Andrei Vasilevsky.
What a great story he is. I can't wait. I'm assuming, that he's going to play against the Kraken. I'm assuming that we see that. For him to continue to write this story, terrific. Is he the reincarnation of Andrew Hammond, or is he the real deal? That's up to him. Right. And I will say that he's lucky that he plays behind a team like this. You look at the goalies the Hurricanes have used over the years from under this coach. All right. Every single goalie's had their day. Peter Mrazek, Antti Ranta, Alex Nedeljkovic, where they were lobbying for him to be Rookie of the Year. James Reimer. I mean, go down the list of all the goalies that Curtis McElhinney, all the goalies have played very well numbers-wise, behind this system. Now, Bussey this year, watching him the times that I've been able to, he's bailed them out too.
Yes.
So like he's delivered. He's big, good blocker. I like to watch him live to determine, the type of athleticism that he has. He got lost one game. I get it. Everybody does, but it's one blemish.
Right.
Great story. But I mean, the only thing I will say is when you're 27 and your waiver claim, something along not everybody missed this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. So this is either a lot of cheap speed and really good, and he's going on adrenaline, and this is great, or he's just a complete late bloomer. And good on them because they do scout well and they pick up these players. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching him play.
Here's the thing, and you know this. Sometimes the personalities of players can kind of give you some insight, and I think that he's incredibly grounded. He's such a nice. He's a great human being.
That's good to hear.
And I think that has allowed him to embrace the moment. I think he loves to play. Not like Cam Ward always had a saying, the more fun you have, the better you play. And I think that's Brandon Bussey. I think there's a very similar personality between Brandon and Cam. And, yeah, he's big. There's a reason he was in the minor leagues. Right, for 3 straight seasons. But, I mean, maybe he is Tim Thomas. I don't know. But, he would just let it play out. Let them.
Yeah.
I am fascinated to what kind of a contract that is going to come down the pike. I don't think it'll be in January. I think it'll be after the season because I think they're going to let this whole thing play out. But he has been very good.
That would be smart.
Yeah.
That would be smart. I think that's exactly what they'll do. You have to lean on that. You have to lean on if you're negotiating this on the team front, you have to lean on the body of work and say, hey, to the agent, listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's play it out, see where it goes. He's likely to be the playoff starter, if we're having that conversation today.
Yeah.
He can write his own ticket if it's successful. And if not, then it's, we understand that it was a lot, maybe too much too soon. We'll give him a fair deal to bridge him to the next one. You go from there. But that's probably how they'll play it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the agent, you don't want to sell Brandon Bussey short. I mean,
no, you don't.
You have a deep playoff run based on number 32, and you're going to want like starting goaltender money. And I think they should. To me, I try to look at these things from a player's perspective, not the team's perspective. If I'm the agent, I'm saying, no, we're not going to do this yet. We're going to wait and see how this whole thing plays out. I think Bussey's a great fit for the team. I think the locker room loves him. And, I've gotten to know him just a hair, and I'm super impressed. The other thing about this team right now is that they're getting really what I think is the closest to the best version of Andrei Svechnikov, which has made a lot of other things work well. Nick Ehlers has really kind of found his role on the team. And I know it's been a rough is maybe not the right word because I think Keandre Miller has been good. But when he's been bad, he's been horribly bad. And there have been some games. He's no good against Montreal. But I think we have seen, especially over the last 10 or so games, a whole lot more really good than anything less than that. And I thought he was very good last night, and he was exceptional against Dallas. He was the first star of the game against Dallas, and I thought he was great, aside from the 2 goals. And Sean Walker's playing well, too. So maybe that gets that Slavin guy back.
And all these pieces, they take time.
Yeah.
The plug-and-play rotisserie expectation of taking a name and signing a player and then getting a player out and moving a new guy in, which in my opinion they've done a lot of over the years, doesn't always fit right away. You look at Stankoven and the immediacy that he had last year and in the playoffs especially, and he'll perform in the playoffs, there's no question. But again, the player's still young, the player's trying to find his way, the player's trying to meet an expectation, which is difficult to do for a lot of these guys. And Miller was coming off a terrible season with the Rangers last year, big contract for him. Expectation, no Slavin, there's a lot in play there. And it takes time. Same for Ehlers. Ehlers has always been the second rung on a ladder, and now he's a top rung guy. That's different. Svetch it's up to him.
Yep.
You know, if he puts his game in the right spot, focused, stays away from ridiculous penalties, he'll play with Sebastian Aho. He'll get that opportunity, which I'm pretty sure that's where he wants to be in their lineup. But it's just a process, you know, for a cliche term. It is a process for a lot of these guys to come to a new team and do what they do. But the good thing is, I know the season's been kind of a mixed bag, and I know there was a dry period, but I mean, they still have a terrific record. They're still playing a conference where they're among the top teams. So, but again, anything's there in the East, and you know, when nothing's a lock when you get to the playoffs with this Eastern Conference, because some of these dark horse teams that make it, if they do, like a Philadelphia, you know, they'll be tough. You know, it'll be a tough first round. You know, it's not going to be an easy walk by any stretch.
Yeah, Philadelphia, Buffalo's playing great.
Right.
We've known the Sabres have all this talent. They just couldn't figure out how to put it together. But they have been playing really well. Washington, to me, the size and the speed and the way they play, they're going to be a difficult out, and they have great goaltending. I love the way they play. They play very similarly to Carolina. They just do it with a lot bigger players, but it's been fun. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night, sir. Safe travels.
Okay, I'll be locked away in my booth, so come knock on the door.
I will. I'll pound on the outside of the door at about 4:30.
Okay, look forward to it, Adam. Thank you.
Thanks, John. John Forslund, voice of the Seattle Kraken. Prime Mondays on Amazon in Canada as well, and TNT a lot during the season and in the playoffs. Kraken are very good. They have been very good. All right, we'll take the break because when we come back, we need to leave time for the Pick Six. All 6 playoff winners. I'm also going to give you the correct scores, but you don't have to you don't have to like take me at gospel for that. But I'll give you 6 winners.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Seniors, know your rights when looking for new housing. Licensed adult care homes come with rights to quality care, oversight, and a long-term care ombudsman to advocate for you. In registered multi-unit assisted housing, services are arranged separately, and you could have fewer care-related rights. For more information, contact your regional ombudsman today, because knowing your rights means protecting your future. Go to ncdhhs.gov/contactnc for more information. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Adam Gold.
The American Cornhole League. I don't know if you can wager on it. Let me go to FanDuel and find out if you can wager on it.
I think I read you can get a scholarship. Kids in high school can actually get scholarships for cornholing. Who knows? I don't know what the technical term
I'm just not going to say anything.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. I'm going to give you all 6 winners coming up in a little bit. Next hour in the Roundtable, Travis Hancock and Jeremy Greene. Seemed like those two guys are a tandem.
Yeah, I mean, they work, it's good synergy.
They're like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, it works well. They're two of our faves.
Which one is peanut butter? Which one is jelly?
Oh, we should ask them, because we should also ask, do they like crunchy or smooth peanut butter? Because that will tell you right there.
What's your answer?
Smooth all day.
Yeah.
I don't need that crunchy stuff. No.
I went through a crunchy peanut butter phase.
I can't. I just, no. Now, crunchy cookie butter, that's a different story.
What's that?
Oh, I have to bring you some. But the Biscoff cookies.
This has nothing to do with snow cream, right?
No, Mother Nature doesn't make this by herself. But no, it's the Biscoff cookies, and they make like a peanut butter-ish stuff out of it. So it's a spread, but that is good crunchy.
Okay.
Not peanut butter.
No, it sounds good.
No, it's very good.
So as long as it's not snow cream. All right, let's stretch.
I haven't made snow cream yet with our first snow, because you're not supposed to do that. But if it snows again, it's fair game. So,
why wouldn't you make snow cream with the first snow? Why does that matter?
Nope. It's just, you don't do it. It's just, you just don't do it. If people watching us on YouTube want to comment, you get it. You just don't make it with the first snow.
Is that superstition, or is that like it's?
No, it's just not good.
Not good.
It's just, you just don't do it. It's just, nope. It's one of those things. You just don't do it. So that's how I was learned. I learned all to do these things. So,
I would love to have it explained to me why you wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it with any snow.
I feel like I was told this rule when I was very young, and so I just believed it. Okay.
I would not drink out of a puddle of water. Which to me is the same thing.
No.
So whether it's the first rain or the 8th rain, I wouldn't drink out of the puddle in the driveway.
Water, it just mixes with like everything it's around.
Right.
Snow, you got the buffer. See, that's key with snow cream. You got to get the buffer. Like, you don't take the top. You got to scrape that off. And then you take just enough before you hit dirt. So you don't want any snow that's not white.
It's not dirt, it's crushed Oreo.
Yeah, it's just crunchy snow. So it's a crunchy version. But today, we don't have snow today. However, today is Quitter's Day.
Quitter's Day?
Yes, for all of those people that made their New Year's resolutions. If you have lasted this long, kudos, because today's National Quitter Day, or Happy Quitter's Day for people who make resolutions. Because
I see.
Apparently, we can't last two full weekends.
Yeah.
We need our beer and pizza. I also think it's terrible timing because we have the Super Bowl coming up very soon, and the Super Bowl should have solid snacks. I mean, that's like half the reason we have the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is to eat a bunch of really tasty, not good for you food, drink cold beverages, and watch football. And maybe commercials if they decide to like make them good again. But if you've lasted, then you're already doing better than most, because there was a study from 2024 that found about 80% of us fall off the wagon at this point.
Right.
We're already gone. It's January 9th, so
I've made one New Year's resolution in my adult life.
Oh, ever. I thought you were going to say this
My
year.
adult life.
Okay.
Yeah, one. And it was probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And that resolution was to play more golf with my older son, Tanner, who doesn't live, he's 27, he's on his own, he's married. But that was my New Year's resolution, and I kept that one for the year.
Yeah.
I probably played more golf that year.
Ever than ever.
Well, not not than ever.
Okay.
I played a lot more golf when I was, didn't have the responsibilities that I have now.
Right.
But I probably played more golf that year than I have in every year combined since.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey.
But I use him as an excuse.
Well, there you go. It was perfect. See, but at least you followed through with it. So that's one thing. I just learned, I don't know, I don't really make solid resolutions. They're more just like a broad spectrum, live each day to the fullest if you can, nothing crazy. But a lot of people, they say the top resolutions, this is no surprise. Exercise more, be happier, always.
How is that a resolution?
I don't know how that's a resolution.
Are you just going to medicate?
Right. Yeah, well, that's one way, I guess. But
it comes in a can now.
Right. It's the happy juice. Or eat healthier and then save money. Those are the top ones. Duh, it's every year. This is nothing new. We need fun ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. Learn a hobby or something. I don't know. But those are our resolutions. If you're still doing it and you made one of these, then kudos to you and good luck with the rest of your resolutions. However, next up, TikTok. Not really good for a lot of things, but they might be good in helping with resolutions if you've lasted this long, because there's a new kind of trick to help you, apparently. Make a punch card. So on TikTok, there's this thing going around where if you make a punch card, and the whole gist of it is like a loyalty card, like when you go somewhere, like Jersey Mike's, you get points when you get subs. So this one, the idea is, if you have a resolution to go to the gym, everyone was at the gym last time I was there, so hopefully the National Quitters Day helps. But if you go to the gym, you punch the card or make an X or whatever, make a mark of it, and then at the end, you reward yourself with a pizza. Or, if I go to the gym 25 times, then I'm going to buy this pizza that I want, whatever. That's a way to keep yourself accountable, apparently. If you want to do that with your resolutions that you may or may not. I don't know with the happy thing. How do you check off whether you're happy? I don't know. That was a weird one.
I just don't know how you I'm going to be happier.
You know what? A lot of people like to say that you can choose to be happy. Yes, to a certain extent. And then I get in my car and I drive. and people choose.
I'm going to be angrier.
Make me not happy.
I'm going to be angrier. It's my resolution.
So, as much as I try, I get in that car and I drive in Raleigh, and it's just well, maybe tomorrow.
Yep. No.
We'll try again.
Not happier.
Sometimes we make good bets, and that makes us happy.
Sure.
Place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you nothing.
All right, let's do this. You go first, then I'm going to give you my pick six.
All football.
Yep.
Of course, not with the feet. So first off, Oh, my Panthers are going to be at home taking on the Rams. So, anytime touchdown score. Let's go Tetaroa McMillan plus 180. Why
All
not?
right.
Hopefully multiple.
Why don't you run the gamut, and then we'll do the pick six, because I'm going to give scores out.
Got it. So I might surprise some people, but I'm actually going to go with a couple of underdogs. So in the San Francisco 49ers versus Eagles game, I'm actually going to take the San Francisco 49ers, which I think your wife would really be pleased with because she's a fan. They're plus 200. So give me them. And then another underdog. This one I'm not as confident, but let's go Steelers against the Texans plus 140.
Like it?
Mm-hmm. So that's my 3.
All right. Here you go. Rams at the Panthers. 34-23 Rams. I just don't think Carolina will be able to slow them down. I just don't. So there you go. Green Bay at Chicago Saturday night. I actually think this game is going to be a blowout, but I'll be wrong about that. But I think the Packers outscore the Bears 38-34. Buffalo is in Jacksonville. I don't think Buffalo's great. Jacksonville's probably better. But you know who is the best? Josh Allen.
Yep.
Allen wins the game 27-17. Allen, I should just put Josh Allen wins 27-17.
And company.
The San Francisco-Philadelphia game for me is the most conflicted that I've got to go through. Because I really think San Francisco's got to be turnover-free, unless they get help from Philadelphia and they turn it over, which they might.
Yep.
San Fran 23-20 in Philadelphia. The only real no contest. Patriots drill the Chargers.
Yes.
40-10.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots are going to pile it up on the Chargers. And then the last game, Monday night, Houston should win the game. Houston has one of, if not the best defense in the league. The Steelers are just, I can't even figure them out. The team, they want to run it, but I don't think they run it that well. They do get DK Metcalf back. TJ Watt is sort of not really 100% healthy, but he's playing. How about this? Steelers kick 6 field goals and win the game 18-16 in an almost unwatchable game.
That would be a Steelers game.
18-16 Pittsburgh wins. By the way, that 6-leg parlay with the profit boost is plus 6,300.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Do you have a smartphone? Of course you do. Do you have a pocket or pouch or human hand to hold your smartphone? Then you have no excuse. Download the 99.9 The Fan brand new app today and take us with you wherever you go. Your favorite hosts, podcasts, and live sports action all in one place. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Finally, there's an app for 99.9 The Fan. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
What's this?
We're expanding the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club.
That's a pretty big wrecking ball.
Well, with all these new scratch-offs, this place is going to be packed with new winners. Okay, let's go ahead and knock this wall down. This is where we're putting the polo field. Whoa, patience, Trixie.
This month's tickets are loaded with $90 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds or winning range from 1 in 3.35 to 4.68. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. People are looking around their homes right now and they're saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. You guys do everything for the exterior of your home. How do you keep it from being overwhelming for the homeowner?
Right, Adam. The first thing we do is we come out there, do an assessment with the homeowner. It's a no-obligation estimate, and we can break it up into phases of projects, or if you want to break it up into easy monthly payments, we come out there, give you a good plan. It's no pressure, no obligation, and whether it's windows, siding, doors, roofing, most of these projects we give you a lifetime warranty on for the rest of your time in the home. And then you can also break it up into easy monthly payments and make it manageable for your budget.
I love manageable. I love easy monthly payments. I love lifetime warranties. Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. These people are amazing. You should check them out online, aluminumcompany.com.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend, Coach Speed. Coach, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared of what's going on in the market, in the world. What's your advice for someone who's got money in their portfolio right now?
Everything's scary, and we're in the information age, so we hear so much more about things we never heard of growing up. You know, when we grew up, the way you got the news without the newspaper. Now it's all over the place, and then you have to say, is it real news or fake news? And where's the story coming from? But the real story is the money world is scary, and a lot of people are not set up properly to approach retirement or actually go into retirement because they don't have lifetime income, Amanda.
I don't. I'm not ready. I know I'm not quite there yet, but at the same time, I have so many questions. That's why it's important to sit down with someone like yourself.
Anyone with a 401k right now, you need to see what kind of income you can get for life. We can do that for you. For the next 10 callers, we'll do it at no cost or obligation.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
My name is Luis Fonsi. No one should face Alzheimer's or other dementias alone. Resources are available at alz.org and by calling the Alzheimer's Association's 24/7 free hotline at 800-272-3900.
Charlie did not die from an overdose. Charlie was poisoned.
Websites and social media selling fake medicines may look legitimate, but they're not.
He died in less than 15 minutes after taking the pill.
Any medication not purchased from a licensed pharmacy could be deadly.
No other family should go through this. It's just horrific.
Go to safe.pharmacy. Learn about fake medicine on social media and if an online pharmacy is safe.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Now here comes a chance for Anaheim, short-handed, shot right on, save Anderson as he robs Granlund.
He got out and matched Granlund's formidable speed. Big early test for the former Duck.
Back up, good keep in, stall, chance and score! We're going to Chatmandu. Jalen Chatfield's first of the year. Happy 300th game. And Mr. Anderson with the save on McTavish. An exclamation point for Frederick Anderson.
His eyes, just like you saw in this save early in this period, you could tell he was not going to be denied a victory tonight.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. A lot to do this hour. The Roundtable's coming up. We're going to hear from Vashti Hurt later in advance of tomorrow's game. So a lot of Panthers stuff, a lot of football this hour. And I am going to try and guess the 9 Panthers jerseys that Victoria has, including the colors.
Yes, because those are all different.
All right, now, just before, because I want to do that here. So before I go into my my little lab here, are there any other options other than black, white, teal?
Not that I own.
Okay, gotcha. Want to make sure. Because you can go places that'll silver, like
right.
Somewhere there's a gray, whatever.
Or a polka dot.
That's for the best Panthers mountain climber.
Yes.
Some people will understand the joke. All right, now, already given, you have 9, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Already given, Tim Biakabatuka.
Yes.
Right? Cam Newton.
Yes.
Steve Smith. Luke Kuechly. I think those are the ones you have already, and you have a Jake Delhomme.
Yes.
Right? So those 5. So I have to come up with the other 4.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see if we can't handle the colors of these 5.
Okay.
Tim Biakabatuka is a black jersey.
Correct.
All right, got that. Because that's probably one of your first.
Yes.
Jake Delhomme is also a black jersey.
Wrong, sir.
Wrong.
It's white, isn't it?
He's a white. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
All
right. Cam Newton. Now Cam Newton is a white jersey. That's wrong.
No.
Wrong, sir.
Black.
Wrong.
Yes, but that's almost a trick question because I have 2 Cams.
One of them white?
Nope.
No, the other one's blue. The other
Yep.
one's teal. Oh, very
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
Blue and teal. All right.
Uh-huh.
Steve Smith is a black jersey.
Yes, got that one.
I have Luke Kuechly as a teal jersey.
No.
Wrong, sir.
Not that
Wrong.
Is that also black?
Yes.
I can see a pattern here.
Yeah.
Like classics.
Yeah.
Like Jake's a legend too, though.
Yeah.
Black. All right. So we have those 5 jerseys. Now, I want to ask for one hint. Do you have any that are sort of, that's off the board?
No, I wouldn't say so.
So we're all talking about bangers here.
Yes. I don't have any Armani Edwards or anything. Have steak deep dive.
Tony Pike. You have a Christian McCaffrey.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So the Christian McCaffrey 25. I mean, tendency I would, because he's a classic, 1 year long enough, but I would think that would be black. But I'm not saying black. I'm saying teal.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say the right one.
Black?
It's white.
White. See, I already mapped these out.
Yep.
All right. Well, I got at least I got it right. They have Christian McCaffrey. All right. Let's see. We've got one defensive player. I'm going to say there's probably no offensive lineman here. Let's go with another defensive player. Let's go with Julius Peppers.
See, that's one that I should have gotten, but no, I actually don't have a Peppers.
First real wrong answer.
I know.
You have a Greg Olsen.
I do.
You have a Greg Olsen, and the Greg Olsen is black.
No.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
You were half right. It's white.
All right. Well, at least I got Greg Olsen.
You
All
did,
right.
yeah.
So that's 7. We got 2 more, right?
Okay,
Yes,
so
2
go
more.
down the list of the ones that you have.
Biaka Batuka, Cam, Steve Smith, Luke Kuechly, Jake Delhomme, Christian McCaffrey, Greg Olsen. I'm trying to debate whether or not you have another defensive player. You're not going to say anything there. You have a Thomas Davis.
No, but that would be a good one.
Very mad now. That's 2 I have guessed incorrectly. You have a Jonathan Stewart. No.
No, not. I'm trying. Do you want a hint?
No, I don't want hints.
Oh, okay.
I don't need hints. I'll ask specific questions if I want one.
Okay.
Do you have an offensive lineman?
No.
Man, I was going to go all up in Ryan Khalil.
I know that would be a good one too.
Mike Tolbert.
He's also very deflated now. He's small.
All the offensive line. See, Jordan Gross?
I know.
Come on.
These guys are so small now.
Gosh. You have Mike Tolbert?
No.
Oh man. I'm trying to find do you have a defensive back?
No.
So I was just going to put random number 24. Could be anybody. Could be Josh Norman. Could be Ray Bradbury. Do you have a Mashin Muhammad?
Oh, see, that'd be a good one. No. I love his hint, too. He was, whoa, what a legend. What a legend.
I don't even know what to do now. You have D'Angelo Williams?
Yes,
all right.
That's it.
All right, D'Angelo Williams, and that's white.
Yes. Got them both.
All right. That's right, because you have 2 Cams.
Yes.
All right, so that's where it was.
Yeah, you've gotten all of them now, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. There we
Phew.
go. Greg Olsen, white jersey.
Woo.
Tim Biakabatuka, black
There you
jersey.
go.
Jake Delhomme, white. Cam, teal and black. Luke Kuechly, black. Sam Smith, black. McCaffrey, white. Deuce. Love him.
Which one have you worn most recently?
Oh, Cam. Because when he
Which
came
one?
back with black.
Okay.
When he came back with Ron Rivera, like a few years ago.
Okay.
I wore his jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the most recent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him banging the drum. By the way, did you see Greg Olson bang the drum the other day? It was before the
yes.
Before the Seattle game.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might know this. He ended his career with Seattle. Greg Olson's last season played, well, as much of it as he played with the Seahawks. He looked like he wanted to go more aggressively on the drum, but he also realized that if I do, I'm going to break it.
Right. And wasn't it Steve Smith, that did break it?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think it was him that completely just crushed it.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, hey, keep pounding. So you can't.
Exactly. All right, let's do a very quick wall of sound.
The wall of sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let's stay with hockey from last night. Rod Brindamore, you know how long it had been since Frederik Andersen had won a game? 2 months and 2 days. Actually, 63 days exactly. It was 9 weeks ago yesterday that Frederik Andersen last won a game, November 6th. Rod on Freddie.
The start, right? Like what you were mentioning, like it goes different if it was going. That's probably the game right there. It turns, and it's an uphill battle, and so good for him. Like he needed to get a win, and just now we can maybe relax a little bit and hopefully build on that.
It had been a long time, as I pointed out. Here's the thing: Freddie downplayed getting a win for the first time. A goal scorer would admit, man, I needed a goal. Right. I used to be, we had a player here named Ryan DeZingle, right, for a while. And Ryan and I became, as much as you can be friends. We weren't friends, but we used to talk often. And, Ryan in his first year here was going through a rough patch in terms of, scoring a goal. And he had scored 20 with, I guess, Ottawa the year before he had gotten here. And we were just talking one day after practice. He goes, man, I just need something. I need a bounce. I need a cookie, right? So he was already at that point where I need a goal. Freddie needed to win. He just had to win a game. So, all right, now to me, and in the post-game show, I have to give 3 stars. I have to do a player of the game, and I have to do a defensive player of the game. Player of the game, I thought was easy. Andersen was my defensive player of the game because I wanted to just kind of isolate him there. Mark Jankowski was my player of the game because who knows what's going to happen? Carolina would have won the game anyway. But Mark Jankowski scored the first goal, and I think just got them to breathe. Here's Rod on Jankowski.
Well, it's what he can do, right? Like, I didn't check the stat sheet, but I mean, he was winning face-offs, and he's a penalty killer. And Jordo's getting more minutes here with some other responsibilities. It's tough to double him up on the penalty kill. All of a sudden, you got a guy that can kill penalties, so it's a real good fit. And then, he scored in Pittsburgh. He scored here now. I think he's contributing on the offensive side too, so that's real positive.
He won 14 of 21 faceoffs. Carolina's top 3 faceoff guys last night were Aho was 10 out of 13, Jankowski was 14 out of 21, Stahl was 13 out of 19. Those 3 guys dominated the faceoff circle. It'd be great to see them get on a roll like that and start with possession a lot. That would really enable them to kick on. By the way, one quick thing. Joel Nystrom sent back to Chicago today in the American Hockey League, which means, barring something odd, Jacob Slavin will be activated tomorrow in time to play against Seattle. Looking forward to 74 coming back. All right, when we come back, it's the Roundtable. Travis Hancock, Jeremy Greene, our faves next.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
As 2026 gets started, it feels like everything is right in college basketball because 2 of the 5 best players, and yes, best players all ages, NBA draft prospects, however you want to play it, are at Duke and UNC. Cam Boozer and Caleb Wilson are going to be one of the stories of not just the ACC, but the entire country in college basketball.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Paul Eihander from 99.9 The Fan for FanDuel. And FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every college playoff game day. That's right, we are ticking down to the college football championship, and that means you need your chance to level up your picks and turn these big moments into even bigger wins. Ride with the favorite or take a shot on the underdog. Build a parlay, then apply your profit boost and go for bigger winnings. FanDuel is the best place to get into the college football action all playoff season long. And when you win, you get paid instantly. Visit FanDuel.com/Paul. That's Paul with a capital P, and get your college playoff profit boost today. 21 plus and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
One Adam. Gold. One Adam. Gold.
I have his jersey.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you have any other jerseys or just a Jake Delhomme?
I got so many.
Do you really?
I go all the way back from Tim Biakabatuka.
Wow.
Yes. Cam, Luke, obviously, Smitty. So, yeah, I've got multiple. 6 or 7, maybe?
6, 7?
6, 7? 6, 7?
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Welcome to your Friday, the final day before the NFL playoffs begin. Tonight we have Semifinal number 2 in the college football playoff, Indiana and Oregon. I think Indiana will win, but either way, it will be a team from the Big Ten, the unquestioned best conference in college football. No, it isn't. But hey, at least we don't have to hear from the SEC folk. But we may talk about that here in just a second. All right, are we ready? It's Roundtable time.
Camelot. It's only a model.
All right, here's what we've got. We have Jeremy Greene from the Mountains, ESPN Asheville, at ESPN Draft Nerd. And we've got Travis Hancock, Mac and Bone in the morning at T-Bone WFNZ in Charlotte. Gentlemen, always fun. You guys apparently are like Martin and Lewis. So you guys are always on together, which is fine. I know you guys have a deep.
Don't forget to ask them the peanut butter question, because we have to determine who's the peanut butter and who's the jelly.
Between the two of you, who's peanut butter and who's jelly?
Wow, what a start!
Yeah.
I don't know. Jeremy's bigger than I am, and quite frankly, intimidates me a little bit. But I'll take the question here. I don't mind being the jelly of the situation.
Are you grape jelly or are you preserves?
I want it to be the peanut butter, so I'm perfectly fine with that.
All right then.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Travis is Smucker's strawberry preserves.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I like it.
It's
Yeah,
not
I'll take
bad.
it. Yeah, I've
Willard-
been called worse.
Willard Scott would be.
By the way, you did not introduce me as division champion from Charlotte. That is my we are the champions here. In Charlotte.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. I forgot. Under 500, the 8-9, Travis Hancock, and the NFC South champs. All right, let's start here. All pressure's on the Rams. I think we can all agree with that. This is a game the Panthers are not supposed to win. It's a game the Rams, who I still think are the best team in the NFC, are expected, have to win. But, and I'll start with you, Jeremy, is pressure on somebody. So who, with Carolina, is carrying the most stress?
I would say Bryce Young, solely because of the news that just came out about 20 minutes ago that Trinidad Chambliss is going to have to enter the draft. If he is 100% the reason they lose this game, and I know that sounds weird to say, but I'm going to give you a stat in a minute that I think will resonate with Panther fans. If he's the reason they lose this game, they haven't picked up the option yet. They can still walk away from that, and I think they're trending in the right direction. What would scare me if I'm a Rams fan? Matthew Stafford's played 11 games in his career that were technically rain or snow games. For it to be a rain game, it had to rain for 3 of 4 quarters. He's 1-10.
Right.
He's terrible in weather, and it's apparently going to be not fun to be in Charlotte. I love Carolina plus the 10.5. The pressure to me is on Bryce. Canales is playing with house money because you're not supposed to be here. You weren't supposed to win the division. The defense has been light years better. I mean, obviously better against the pass than against the run, but I don't think there's a ton of pressure on anybody but Bryce.
Okay. Travis, same question to you.
I think Jeremy's 1,000% right. I think all the pressure falls on Bryce. I think it's a narrative-defining moment of where things might go for Bryce. Even if they lose and Bryce has a big game and he helps them at least compete and other reasons happen of why they lost, well, Bryce can really start to get to that, oh, look, Bryce is really improved. He might not be exactly what we thought, but he's still a really good quarterback. If he goes out there and has one of those games, which can happen, Seattle a couple weeks ago when he threw for 54 yards, if he has one of those games where people put the blame on him, right or wrong, that could happen too. So I think we're going to find out a lot about the direction where Bryce's career is headed in this game. And Jeremy's right. Peanut Butter's right. That a lot of the pressure is not really on Canales. It's not on Dan Morgan. It's not on Derek Brown. It's not on Ward. The pressure in this game, because of the unknown of where it's going, falls on Bryce Young in this game.
All right, Goober Grape and grape jelly. You're both wrong because the answer is Dave Canales. Because to me, the decisions that Canales has made, the flea flicker from the 20, not having anybody back returning a punt, to run the exact same game plan you ran against the Packers against a dramatically lesser team, the Saints. These are elements that leave me doubting whether or not Dave Canales is the right guy. Bryce Young, I am not under any illusions that Bryce is a franchise quarterback to this point. I do think he has proven so far that if you let him cook, he can help you. We have yet to see quality offensive line play really protect him. I think his escapability has saved them at times. We see drop after drop after drop, even some from Tedero and McMillan. Clearly, Xavier Legette thinks that's part of his job description. We see some strange routes. I'm not saying Bryce is perfect. Again, I think the jury hasn't yet come in on what exactly he is. But I think he's got more of a free hit than the head coach. They're both going to be back next year. There's no doubt about it. But I think that Canales has the most stress to come up with a way to slow down the Rams and kind of put his team in the best position to win. But this is why I have two of you on the show, so I could look even better. All right, so what is success, Travis?
And success in what regard? I haven't had much of that in my time.
Yes, you have. I will have none of this self-deprecation. You're a tremendous slouch, as Judge Smales, as Ty Webb said to Judge Smales. What is, like, when it's 8:00 on Saturday night, and you open up another can of whatever? What is success from the Panthers and the Rams?
I think success would be taking the game into the fourth quarter and putting game pressure on the Rams. The Rams have a lot of their losses have been 3 points or less.
Yep.
They were talking about that on the Monday night game when they played Atlanta, that they were asking Sean McVay in the pregame lead-up, like, hey, why have you lost so many of these games that have come down to the wire? Now, a lot of their wins have been blowouts, but their losses – they've been close. So can the Panthers, like Jeremy's talking about, house money, take the game into the fourth quarter? I don't know how much you're going to rattle McVay and Stafford because they've been there so much, but can you at least put game pressure on the Rams, take it to the fourth quarter? Don't have a Seattle game 2 weeks ago. At least look the part of a playoff team. Don't become a joke where all of social media is laughing at you. Can you take it to the fourth quarter, put some game pressure on the Rams, and make people say, do they really have a chance here? I think that would be successful in this football game.
You agree with that, Jeremy? Goober Grape?
I do. I think and I'll be honest with you, I think this is how this game goes. With the weather and all of the extenuating circumstances, West Coast team coming east, you're on the road, the pressure's on you, not on Carolina. Yeah. If Carolina has the ball with 5 minutes to go and they're within a score, there is nothing that can happen from there on out that cannot be deemed a success, especially when you look in the division. New Orleans is still destroyed against the cap for another year. Atlanta's hiring what feels like their 15th coach in 22 years. And Tampa Bay's roster is aging like milk that you left on the tailgate in the summertime. You have to walk into next year feeling like if we're not the best team in this division, we're in the best position to win it, as long as you have a chance to win this game. And I'll even pretty much agree with him if it's in the fourth quarter, even if it's not as late as I'm saying.
I agree. I think I'll set the bar just a little bit lower. Just not getting road graded, I think, in some ways. Like, the Rams are legitimately one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the sport. The Panthers are under 500. They're 8-9. It would, as long as they don't get steamrolled, a good accounting of yourself, whether it's a one-score game in the fourth quarter or not, just, compete on the field, don't be a disaster. I think there is an element of success here.
The Rams have not been as good of late. They're really good when they're on. They've got 12 wins. They're only 3-3 in their last 6. They have not been as great since they actually lost to the Panthers as they were early. So that's why I think the Panthers can cover this thing, because I think the Rams have this perception of kind of being who Seattle is right now in terms of how tough they are. But they have not been as great in the last 6 weeks or so.
No, and they're going to be on the road.
Stafford's taken a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And it showed. I saw it really badly in Atlanta. He looked like a 37, 38-year-old guy.
Yeah, I think the Rams run for 180 yards in the game. I think they're going to be handing the ball off a ton against Carolina. All right, let me just move on to the rest of the weekend. Jeremy, do you see more road teams than home teams winning?
This is the weirdest playoffs I've ever seen, because we picked all of these games today, and every single one of them I feel like I have a caveat. I really like Chicago to beat Green Bay because Green Bay is just annihilated injury-wise.
Right.
But if you tell me Caleb Williams has one of those 12 for 24 games, I'm not going to be surprised. I like Jacksonville substantially better than I like Buffalo, but I've watched Trevor Lawrence wilt in the playoffs. It's not going to shock me if Liam Cohen does that, especially when you got Sean McDermott and Josh Allen on the other sideline. You're both going to tell me I'm crazy on this, and that's fine. Everybody has all week long. I really like Pittsburgh against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like more home teams this week than I like road teams.
Okay, I think I have the first 4 road teams on in my picks, and then I go home. Travis, what say you? Home versus road?
Well, I've got the Rams on the road to start it out, and then tomorrow night, man, I don't fully trust the Bears yet, but I have no trust in the Packers either, so I'll go Bears at home. I actually think the Bills over Jacksonville. Jacksonville's kind of been under the radar a little bit here for how many wins they actually have, but I think Buffalo, they're at that point now where McDermott loses this and Harbaugh's out there. So I think Buffalo will find a way close with Josh Allen. Jacksonville kind of new to the scene here for this. I think Buffalo wins that one. Philadelphia, San Francisco. San Francisco's all kinds of banged up. I know they've won a lot of games. Philadelphia, they've been questioned a lot. This feels like a spot where the Eagles win. Sunday Night Football, that is Chargers and Texans, correct?
No, Chargers and Patriots.
Chargers, Patriots. I was getting conflated. The Chargers, Patriots, I like the Patriots there. I like the Texans over the Steelers. I'll disagree with Peanut Butter there. I think the Texans defensive unit outside of Seattle might be playing the best football right now in the league. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Seattle-Houston in the Super Bowl, actually.
So Seattle-Houston would be...
I'll go a step.
Go ahead.
I'll go a step further than that. So my problem with Houston is they can't run. Defensive teams, historically, if they have not been able to average about 4.2 yards a carry, you get to the playoffs, and it's great that you keep a team from scoring. You can't score either. That's why I'm so in on Pittsburgh. I think the winner of Jacksonville-Buffalo is who plays Seattle in the Super Bowl. I don't know that I've ever said that about a wild card game before.
Wow.
Well, I know it's going to sound maybe chalky, but I think I don't even like Sean McDermott, and I don't think the Bills' defense is all that great. But I think Josh Allen is going to the Super Bowl. So he may drag the team by himself, but I think Josh Allen is going to the Super Bowl. I've got the Rams. I don't think the Bears can stop the Packers unless Green Bay turns it over a bunch, which Chicago forces a bunch of turnovers.
Yeah.
I think the Packers are going to score at will, but I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. The biggest question mark this weekend is San Francisco and Philadelphia. I would love to say that Brock Purdy doesn't turn it over, but he generally does at least once. If they can balance that out, if they can get some Eagles mistakes, I think San Francisco wins. I think the 3 best teams in the NFC are all in the NFC West. I think all 3 of those teams are going to make it to the second weekend. Chargers are going to get absolutely road graded by the Patriots. And I think the Steelers will not score a touchdown but kick 6 field goals and win the game 18-16. That's my pick. All right, final thing for Travis Hancock and Jeremy Greene here in the Roundtable. Was that defensive pass interference on Miami last night on the final play of the game, Travis?
No, I will say no. There was definitely hand fighting. I don't think in that spot on the Hail Mary play like that, you're often going to see that called. Usually that's where you can get away with interference. I actually think both guys were grabbing each other. I think that was the correct no call there. Definitely contact, but I don't think you're going to get that call in that spot there. I think it was the right call to not make a call there.
What do you think, Jeremy?
I agree with Jelly on that one. If it's in that Hail Mary situation, I go back to when we were kids. You know, boys are red, girls are blue, no purple. That wasn't purple. It might have been magenta, but that's not enough for me. It has to be really aggressive. And I feel like it's bizarro world. I'm a Jets fan, a Florida State fan that's low-key rooting for Miami and Buffalo to finally get that. I realized that last night, and it just broke my brain. I think I don't care about my teams anymore to the point of they've let me down so many times. I've been sitting on the sidewalk waiting on Mom or Dad to pick me up in the rain. It's never happened, and now I just don't care.
As a fellow Jets fan, I don't even know what it's like to root for the Jets in January.
It's been like 16 years.
It's been a long time.
My family had Jet season tickets growing up, so I have been there. I am a recovering Jets fan, as I've been saying for years. My son is trying to drag me back into it, but he's not really a Jets fan. He's not really a Jets fan. He's trying to play me into making me a Jets fan again, but that will not happen unless Mike Tomlin becomes their coach, in which case I'm back all in. But that will
5 first-round picks in the next 2 years, 3 second-round picks. As the NFL draft nerd, you have given me the magic beans. That's all I needed. I just need the pack with the magic beans. I know it's not going to grow. I don't care. I have hope.
You're not well. All right, we can all celebrate the demise of the Southeastern Conference, right?
Well, I mean, I do root for teams, and I root for the ACC and the SEC. I'm a Duke and South Carolina fan.
Dead.
So I'm torn here. I'm torn on this whole thing.
You know what? Here's where it's not dead, but arrogance. Even if you're correct, arrogance is unbecoming, and there is not an entity that has deserved their comeuppance more so than the Southeastern Conference football brand. And it got it shoved down its throat the last 3 playoffs, and I've enjoyed that. Travis Hancock and Jeremy Greene, appreciate both of you. This has been a fabulous roundtable. Good luck to your sports wagering apps.
Enjoy the weekend. I'm off to eat some dinner, man. I know it's 2:30, but it's my dinner time coming up here shortly. So you guys enjoy the rest of your show.
You're an old man. You're such an old man.
You morning guys are maniacs. I could never do mornings. That's
it's the greatest.
No.
Jeremy, that's where you're wrong, man. It's the greatest time slot ever. It's the greatest time slot ever.
I love the bosses are never awake to hear you, so you get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and you have every day off.
The bosses stopped listening to me years ago because they were like, if we don't listen to him, we are not responsible for what he said.
All right, fellas, I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, man. Enjoy your weekend.
That was great. Jeremy Greene and Travis Hancock here on the Adam Gold Show on the Roundtable. When we come back, we'll talk a little Panthers football with Vashti Hurt from CarolinaBlitz.com next.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. And right now, FanDuel giving all customers, not just new customers, all customers, a profit boost for every college playoff game day. That means more chances to level up your picks and turn big moments into even bigger wins. You could ride with the favorite. You could take a shot on an underdog, build a parlay. Hey, it's your playoff world. FanDuel is the best place to get into the college football action all playoff long. FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local for the college football playoff profit boost today. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshIIP.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
Sometimes the simplest steps make the biggest difference. Washing your hands often, staying home when you're sick, and talking with your health provider about vaccines.
Help keep your family protected against the flu, RSV, and COVID. Simple steps, big protection.
Defend yourself. Get vaccinated to protect you and your family from respiratory illnesses this season. Visit myspot.nc.gov to find yours today.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
As the health director in Haywood County and a nurse here in North Carolina, I can tell you that the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline saves lives.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available.
988 Lifeline counselors are ready 24/7 to speak with you, help you cope, and get you connected to the support that is right for you.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is Adam Gold.
I told Tim, who does the afternoon show, I said, I'm about to turn this game around. We need Cheez-Its. So I went to go get magical Lucky Cheez-Its, and guess what? Boom. Period 2, tied it up. And then at the end of the game, I still had like 8 Cheez-Its in the cup left, and I said, Lucky Cheez-Its.
There you go.
The Adam Gold Show.
The Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Playoffs all begin tomorrow, 4:30. Panthers home to the Rams. By the way, Hurricanes play the Kraken tomorrow night. So I'll be over at Lenovo Center with an eye and a half on the Panthers and the Rams on the TV as we're getting ready for the Hurricanes and the Seattle Kraken. Earlier, at the beginning of the program, I don't even know why it was brought up, but you were talking about something and it triggered snow cream in my head.
Yes.
So you had mentioned that you don't make snow cream with the first snow.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And I asked, why would it matter?
Mm-hmm.
First snow, whatever. So both David and Elvis on my timeline basically gave me the same answer. So I'll just paraphrase them. They said that the first snow is supposed to be cleansing to the atmosphere.
Right.
So when the snow falls, you don't make the snow cream with the first snow, you do the second snow or subsequent snows. Here's where I'm still at a loss. I could be wrong here. I am not like an atmospheric scientist.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same air all the time, is it?
I mean,
like the snow, the snow doesn't clean the air forever. We get new air like all the time.
Could be a psychological thing.
So what does it matter?
Well, I've heard that logic too. For me, I just feel like the snow's consistency is never ideal for snow cream in the first one. But yes, I have heard the whole cleansing of the ozone logic. So I don't know. I don't make the rules.
By that same token, we could make lemonade out of the second rainfall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we've all agreed that we wouldn't use rainwater to make lemonade.
Desperate times.
Or iced tea. Yes. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
In a drought.
Look, when Earl and Harriet go outside, they will drink water, like muddy water off the ground.
It's ridiculous. Biff, he, for whatever reason, will have a clean, fresh bowl in the house all day, but as soon as he goes out,
boom.
Got to get that one with the bugs and the leaves.
I'm going
the
into puddles.
Yeah.
It's brown. Yeah. I'm going to go drink that.
Yep.
And I'm looking at no.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a plant, a planter, like in the driveway.
Yep.
It's collected water.
Algae.
Earl goes right to it.
Yep.
Oh, man, it's great. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It's the nectar of the gods.
To me,
yeah,
that's snow cream.
Not quite, but that's okay.
All right, whatever, it's fine. I understand. I appreciate Elvis and I appreciate David for responding to that madness.
But it's a thing. It's a thing. Told you.
Never. Not a chance. Not a chance. All right, let's get into a rewind. Vashti Hurt, CarolinaBlitz.com, joined us earlier. First of all, if you want to go and listen to that conversation, what's really cool is that Cam Newton's going to come back and he's going to bang the drum.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he is going to be part of this.
Me too.
You want to get your crowd fired up? He's bring
perfect.
back. I mean, he's arguably the most popular player in Panthers history. And I know he was polarizing for some people. I think that's a you problem, to be honest. The Panthers have never at any point been more relevant than they were when Cam Newton was the quarterback.
He's just like the best hype guy, though.
Gosh.
Such a leader.
I mean, yeah, and the players loved him.
Big time.
Loved him. All right, so Vashti and we were talking about the game, and I was curious if she feels in some ways like I do. Panthers are not expected to do anything here. They're 10.5-point home underdogs. They're expected to get beat pretty soundly. So is it a free hit? How are you approaching this one?
With all of the pomp and circumstance surrounding it, they're doing a keep pounding drum tour with Cam coming back and doing his podcast here and also banging the drum and just all of the hype surrounding the game itself. I don't think just being in it is enough. I think the Panthers have to, at minimum, be competitive.
Okay.
It can't be a blowout. They have to show up. They have to compete. And if they can pull out a win, even better. But you just can't be satisfied getting invited to the club. You got to dance. And so the Panthers need to dance tomorrow and make it a good game for the fans and for the league and for themselves. You don't want to go out laying an egg. And I'm not saying that I'm completely out on them, winning this game, but you go to the club, don't hang on the wall, go dance.
Yeah, I feel seen here, but that's fine. I agree with you. They can't they can't like just be a speed bump for Los Angeles. Do you think we're going to learn anything that we don't already know at this point about Bryce Young or Dave Canales?
I think we could learn more about Dave Canales than we already know about Bryce Young. We know Bryce Young has the clutch gene. We know that, he has the ability to make plays, especially, outside of the pocket. He can also turn the ball over. So you could get Atlanta Bryce, or you could get Bryce against, a lot of against the Saints. So you know that Canales, I think, has more to prove tomorrow. How are you going to manage the game? How are you going to call the game? How far in your bag are you going to go? Are you going to lay it all on the line? Are you going to come out aggressively to try to set the tone for this team? And so, that's what we need to see from Canales. We need to see he's going to have to call a perfect game, and he's also going to have to be, at the same time, an advocate for his team with the refs and all of the aspects that go into being a head coach. So I'm looking at him more than I'm looking at Bryce, and I think we'll learn more about him as well.
I agree 100% with that. Vashti Hurt is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show, CarolinaBlitz.com at Keep Blitzin'. They really did get the short end of the stick from the referees. And, it's funny, and you and I have not talked about this, but I mentioned it on Monday. We had actually a former NFL official and somebody who spent a dozen years as a supervisor of officials for the NFL, and we went through all four of the major calls. The only one that we kind of agreed, the offensive pass interference, it's callable. It gets let go a lot, but it was callable, and by letter of the rule, it was a foul on Tedero McMillan. But the face mask, he goes, I don't know how you missed the face mask. Defensive pass interference, that's not. There's legs getting tangled up. That's by rule not defensive pass interference. And then when they said after the game that Dave Canales had the option to replay the down, Dave Canales like, well, that wasn't presented to me. So was he supposed to imagine? Right. So that's where Canales, who said he was already on to the next play, which means that maybe the moment kind of was a little bit too big for him right there, because that was an obvious backward pass and it cost them the possession.
Yeah, and I asked him after that game, who advocates for the team? Because I understand, like, if they're on offense and you have to think of the next play, then are you as engaged with what's going on the field? Who is Brad Isaac saying something to you? He said he spoke to the officials, but we have seen veteran coaches know how to work officials.
Yeah.
We saw a master at that with Coach K. Now, he might not get all the calls, but at the right moment from working those officials, he's going to get that call. And I think that Canales is going to have to find a balance where when it's egregious like it was against Tampa Bay, sometimes you got to come out of that headset. Not even just to send a message.
Yeah.
And that they got a tough job too. That's not going to fly when it hurts your team. And so, he's going to have to, if he sees it in this game, come out of that headset. Like, we need to see Canales get angry. His team needs to see him get angry. That he's going to have to figure that part out, because I do think he can do a better job of working the officials, because the Panthers seem more so than not to be on the losing end of those calls.
Yeah, they were 0 for the game against the Buccaneers. Vashti Hurt is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Would you accept, and this is I'm thinking about how Carolina is going to play this offensively. Would you accept a similar approach as they had in Green Bay, where you try to slow the game down, keep the Rams' offense off the field as much as possible, frustrate them? But for me, I would do that, but at the same time, I would take my shots down the field. I would try to hit big plays on the Rams, because I think they could do that.
Yeah, I mean, they have to listen. That has to be the key. You have to slow the game down, run the ball. And like you said, that doesn't mean be ultra conservative. Take your shots. But in the last game, the Rams only punted once. Okay? Every other scoring possession was either a turnover or a touchdown, interception, and he threw a pick six to Mike Jack. He was intercepted another time, and then he had the sack fumble or a touchdown. So these guys are either scoring the ball or last game he scored the ball or turned the ball over. You cannot give them an opportunity to torch you on the field. Time of possession is going to be key. Pass rush is going to be key. But you don't want to give Matt Stafford and that offense with Devontae Edwards returning an opportunity to run the score up on you. And you do that by keeping the ball in your hands.
Vashti Hurt, who joined us earlier to talk Panthers. I'm excited for the game tomorrow. Let me get a couple of things in here before we wrap it up. First of all, Damon Williams, the quarterback at Washington, announced last night that he was excited to return to Washington. 48 hours after putting his name or wanting to put his name into the transfer portal, 24 hours after signing another contract to stay at Washington, he has decided now that he's excited to stay with the Huskies, which means he's excited to end potential litigation against him by the university. I said this yesterday. If I were the university, I just think it's a bad idea to sue, but strategy worked. He decided he didn't want to deal with it, so he's back with the Huskies for one more year.
He's excited.
Incredibly excited for another year with Washington. One more thing. Congratulations to Miami for making it to the national championship game. They got one more game to win. I would love to see Miami, not because they're the ACC. I would love to see Miami win another national championship. This is not the same U that we watched in the 80s and 90s. This is just like every other team. I think it would be awesome for college football if Miami won. They are a national program. Miami is a TV show. It's what it's always been. I look forward to whoever they play. I think ultimately it will be Indiana. All right, Victoria, I know we're running out of time. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah.
Your apprehension, whatever.
Yeah.
Heading into tomorrow.
So I would like to be optimistic and say that I think they're going to win. I don't know if that's going to happen because I think the Rams are going to come out full force and correct the mistakes they made last time. However, I don't think the Rams are going to cover the spread, so hopefully they don't.
So
and take people's money.
There you go. Exactly.
That's what I'm hoping. In our poll, about 43% say it could be close and they have no idea. So everybody's wondering. No one knows.
I think the Rams are going to win. I don't know if they're going to cover or not, but I think the Rams are going to win. Get your magic Cheez-Its.
All of them.
That's what you need.
Exactly.
You need magic Cheez-Its. Thank you very much. We will see everybody Monday on the Adam Gold Show.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot! He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen for college football's best through January 19th. From the Military Bowl to the Natty in Miami, every major bowl game will be brought to you live.